bit of memorabilia. We also have Jesus' Fathead in there. That thing for people.
Hey, Betsy.
Hey, whatsy?
You got any drugs?
What kind of drugs?
I don't know, like really lame.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good ones, not lame ones.
I don't even. I'm not even. I don't want to know. I just want.
Do you like cold medicine?
Yeah. I took Dayquil, but I'm like fucking.
Alright, let me go see what
This
we have
sucks.
in the cabinet. What are your symptoms that you're trying to get rid of?
Runny nose thing and a cough and just body cold. All around good times.
Multi-symptom cold tablets, pain reliever, expectorant, decongestant.
Sure.
Expectorant.
Or we got two kinds. Let's see, this one's pain reliever. That's good. What? Do you want anything?
Just leave it there.
But you were not feeling well either.
Can you leave it up? Oh.
Huh?
I'm just looking through it all.
Huh? Do you want to look at it?
I guess not. I'll just do this and see what
There's
happens.
two that
What's this shit?
Two that apply to you.
Do you see cold ease?
Yeah, we don't have coldies in here, but one is like.
What's that?
Oh, this is coldies. This is just like zinc tablets, though.
Hell yeah.
For sore throat.
Which one are you supposed to take?
This is just a lozenge.
I'll take that too.
That'll just like.
What's a coldie?
Cold ease. Eases your cold.
Yeah. I don't know why they're just like zinc. It's supposed to help, once you have a cold, you're supposed to start taking it.
I just saw moving dots from Snyder that stopped.
But this is what the pills that I just gave you. So, it says it's, like I said, for pain reliever, expectorant, nasal decongestant. So, the other one is just pain reliever and a decongestant. So.
Okay. Let's have a cold ease.
And yeah, these are just like zinc cold remedy
What happens when you have a cold ease?
And I think all they do is like give you zinc to help fight your cold off.
Man, why does someone tell me to fix my hat? What are you, like, my fucking mother or something? That's ridiculous. It's just on my goddamn head. I mean, I'm not offending anybody. Betsy, you offended by the angle of my hat?
I already called HR, actually.
Okay. Well, I gotta watch it these days, I guess, huh?
Here, do they like this angle better?
I know, right? Wait, am I wearing my hat the same fucking way? Yeah, that's a habit. I feel like I got a crooked head because my mum did drugs when I was born. Yeah, see, suck that butt, motherfuckers. I'm just doing a quick impression of me. Love wearing a hat like that. Oh shit, radio.
My clit is huge.
Ellis.
Red the Dragon, Night, Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Hey, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, a scintillating bloodbath, a hellacious fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Thing, Awesome, Radio. I order an extra large popcorn and a gallon of Coke, 'cause I'm a tiny guy And my chick is dope and fat. It's the Jason Ellis Show. Roll Tide, roll Tide, roll Tide, roll Tide. With Jason Ellis. Jason fucking Ellis in the house tonight. Michael Tully.
Who's the most attractive prostitute in Los Angeles? Bring her to me.
Andrew Bruce.
You want to play my game?
Kevin Kraft.
Ah, fuck!
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
Also blowing up.
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Welcome to the thing, man. Welcome to the thing, bro. We're hanging out, and it's not even gonna be, it's just is. It's great to be here, and it's great to be alive, and it sucks if you're a guy from the 80s who grew up thinking that you get powerful and then you can flash your dick to people. You're fucked. You guys are in some serious fucking trouble. All those people that, I mean, man, my dick always talks to me all the time, says, come on, man, do stuff. And I'm like, look, that's probably not a good idea, especially when someone might not appreciate it. It's weird that you thought it was a good idea to do it to anybody. What's with you? They fucking weird-ass people. You seem like nice people on the TV. I don't know what's worse. You know, like when you're super, super friendly on TV and then you're that guy. It's like you really let me down, man. This whole time you were telling me that, you know what I mean, it was going to be a sunny day. And, you know, you want to come on people's legs when they're not looking. I really trusted you, and you've let me down. All of you. I thought that Tom Cruise was a moron because you proved to me in an interview that he was stupid. Now I think Tom Cruise might be a genius again because you pulled your dick out on people. Or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I get them all mixed up, Michael. Famous news people
There's a
pulling
lot
their dicks out, and actors and
Uh-huh.
fucking comedians. It's insane in the membrane what's going on here.
Well, a disproportionate amount of news people, which is funny because they're like the ones that you, on first glance, would least expect from people in the public eye. Performers I expect to be, entertainers I expect to be a little bit more sexual. Really, more than anything. Yeah, it's not clear, I don't think, exactly what it is that Matt Lauer is accused of doing, with apparently very strong evidence, so much so that immediately upon being accused, he was just fired, like an hour later.
Yeah.
And then another guy that I don't think you're familiar with, Garrison Keillor, is a longtime NPR broadcaster who would be, if I was to rank all of the people in the world that I'm aware of that might be guilty of something like this, he would have been right at the bottom of the list. And
Really?
He has lost his job, that gentleman right there.
Yeah, but who's going to sleep with him unless... I mean, he's Man, he looks like a real life, dog. He looks like a boxer.
Yeah, that guy was...
I mean, he's a pug.
He was absolutely made for
He's
radio.
Pugman. Yeah, face for radio. That's...
Yeah.
A face for radio. Man, that's a face for fucking a dog bowl.
Yeah.
My God, frog dog. He looks like a frog dog. He's like half frog, half dog. A little bit of man in there.
Yeah, there's a bit of humanity on top of all that.
Whew, look at that bottom lip when he does it. He looks like the Stoogie. He looks like my Boston Terrier. That's hilarious. That is a spitting image of my dog. Wow. Just wow. But still, just because you look like a frog dog human, that doesn't mean that you are allowed to be inappropriate to women in that manner. I don't understand how you're super educated and you're always sort of judging people. Whether I know it's your job, but you're still, I mean, everybody's judgmental, but you're on TV telling, ooh, especially when I'm thinking about how you I know it's changed now, but people just bashing Stern and being evil and, he's this and he's that, but he's okay with the gays and lesbians, and he's okay, he's pretty acceptable of everybody, and all these other people that would be wouldn't even I couldn't get on there. Remember when I was going to be on one of those morning shows in New York, and they were like, wait, he's what?
Fox and Friends.
Yeah, and they were like, no, we're not going to put him on, and then there's people, that despise people like me because I've had sex with prostitutes, which I would never have sex with prostitutes ever again, because now I'm way wiser thanks to the Rebecca Bender interview that I did. So, And everybody should check that out, especially if you're a young man. You need to check that out before you go fucking chicks and paying for it. I mean, some people really want to do it, and it's their life, but there's a lot of girls that are... I don't know, I'm sidetracking again. Sorry, I'm on 2 different kinds of cold pills, and they're not working.
So Matt Lauer, according to this story, is among the worst I've heard about, says somebody or other.
What?
Not in terms of the kind of misconduct, but the way in which he manipulated these women into silence.
Oh,
It's
no.
evil, frightening stuff.
Oh, my God. So I take it we will find out, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Right, because that's what happens.
That's some lady from Huffington Post who said that.
I saw, who was on our show a long time ago, the first supermodel in the world, Janice Dickinson, said that she thinks that everybody's coming out now because of the Bill Cosby incident, where a lot of people came out and people are triggered to realize that they should bring it up. And I think she's right. I think maybe that one was like, hey, so-and-so did that to me, or something like that to me. I should tell somebody, or maybe, or everybody seems that it's more, unless you're like a really harsh, like, comedian guy, and you try to make a joke about how, you know, she probably had it coming, or, you know, when, I haven't heard anybody sincerely saying, sincerely and somebody that I would respect as a human being.
Saying she had it coming?
Yeah, like, it's usually just sort of a joke or an absolute moron that's saying that, you know, these women had it coming. It's like a Morrissey kind of a thing.
Well, there was an old, or I'll just say old lady. Was it yesterday that Angela Lansbury, or the day before, the Murder, She Wrote lady?
Yes.
So it was basically saying women share, so you got to accept some responsibility if you behave in a certain way or dress a certain way. And everybody, of course, is just slamming her.
Oh, really?
But these are just...
Oh, wait, she was on TV recently saying that.
I don't know who the fuck she said it to, but these are that reflects the attitude of I think that the majority of women of her generation felt the same way. They were raised hearing that, you know, if you dress a certain way and you act a certain way, don't be surprised if you get unwelcome attention.
Yeah.
Well, it is funny to me that regardless of
I mean, she's just a fucking old lady actress. There's no need to get...
Yeah.
It's just a fucking one person's weird opinion. Great.
I don't even think it's all that weird. Like, you can stretch it into... You can easily twist it into something weirder than what it is. I remember the chick from The Pretenders, Chrissy Hind, said something similar when she was promoting a couple books ago, and she got fucking murdered. Because she was basically like... Chrissy Hind, like, came up in, like, the punk scene in, like, shitty, dicey situations in, like, London. And was like, hey man, you fucking hang out with the wrong guys at the wrong party, too late, shit starts getting weird. It's kind of on you if you were fucking stupid enough to be there when the shit goes down. And people are like, oh, Chrissy, retire, get out of there. And it's just like, well, you mean aside from the fact that it happens to be correct? Is that an uncomfortable truth for you? It doesn't make what the guys do right.
It's correct that they all have it coming?
No, I didn't say that they have it coming. Don't be another one of those people that it's wrong for men to assault women.
Yeah.
And
they have to take part of the blame because they dress sexy.
Well, I don't really know what the word blame.
What about if you're just kind of hot and you wear business shit?
No.
Hey, you're supposed to hide it.
It's wrong for men to assault women. It is not a woman's fault if she is assaulted, and if she is, then she should pursue the legal avenue to have that addressed, and she is indeed a victim. But the fact of the matter is, if I go walk down Skid Row in Los Angeles with dollar bills taped to my jacket at 3 a.m. and I get murdered, well, I shouldn't have done that. They should go to jail for killing me.
I just don't know. I don't know this woman that you're talking about that is the comparison as a person with dollar bills going down where homeless people kill people. It's I don't know who this bimbo is. Like, if you're an actress and you're auditioning and you wear cute clothes because you're cute,
right?
Nobody has the right to do anything. No old lady can make a quote that's going to change my mind. You don't have it coming. You just don't. You don't deserve to be sexually harassed. Sexually harassed. No. I mean, if I'm on a train and I have a G-string on, okay.
Right.
You know, I feel like there's lines of it for me, and I just feel like if you're a lady that dresses like, if you can go on the streets and not be ticketed, then you should not be allowed. You shouldn't be sexually harassed, and if you do sexually harass them, it's entirely your fault, not the lady at all.
Right. But what I'm saying, and what I think Angela Lansbury is saying, is if you don't want to be victimized by a crime, maybe sometimes you need to consider not what is right, but the reality of the world that we live in, which is that there are people out there who will do the wrong things, who will do illegal things. So maybe it's not unwise to occasionally think about taking precautions to not put yourselves in situations where people can victimize you.
Like, if you want to be an actress, maybe forget about being an actress because everybody that you're going to audition for is probably going to pull their wiener out.
No, I wouldn't say anything like that. I would say if you're...
By the way, Angela Lansbury probably said that because she sucked some dicks in the 40s or whatever to get her first gig.
It's possible.
She was probably hot at one point.
I don't think
when it
so.
was black and white TV or something, maybe?
I don't know what, what...
I mean, her nose is in the right place.
What we think is hot changes over the years. I don't believe that she was ever...
Come on. I'll fucking hit that.
Yeah,
Who's that?
That one, like, not the one second in from the right. Like, Yeah. She was an actress.
Yep,
She
yep.
wasn't there to just be like a pinup.
I mean, when she was really young, though, this...
Yeah.
I'm not
that's
into
what I'm
it.
saying.
I'm
Yeah.
not into
No, she's a legit actress.
it. She was, but back then, bitches were ugly, and Humphrey Bogart was
Right.
like Brad Pitt, so people were flanging their wangs at her faux show.
So no. Yeah,
Sorry, I was listening to Jay-Z on the way
I
in.
would not say that
It's
you
my
should
straight tongue.
not become an actress because then you're asking to be raped. I would say that if I were an actress and a director that I got a little bit of a sketchy vibe from or who I'd heard bad stories about invited me back to his hotel room to do some bumps, that I would probably say, you know what, I'm really tired, I can't make it tonight.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, and I think that's all Angela Lansbury intended to say.
So I feel like if you ask an actress to come to your room to do some bumps after you've been talking to her for a long time, that I don't really... That's like you went to dinner with her after the photo shoot, and then you're like, want to do some bumps. That's... You can go up there and do bumps and not get anything extra out of it at this point. I would assume that maybe if you bang him and do the bumps, or maybe it just turns into bumps, you never know, probably banging, that is a guaranteed benefit anyway. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
It's such a risky move. If you really didn't want to do it in the first place, I'm saying. But if you, what about if you're just single and you're cute and you like cocaine,
Right.
and the dude wants to do cocaine with you?
Mhm.
That's no harm. But I feel like
No.
these ones where they're getting fired for it,
Right.
they're doing things where it's
Oh, yeah.
it's not even an argument. Like
No, I
you're
don't
doing
think so.
stuff that is, I don't give a fuck what you're wearing.
Right. No, in the scenario that I'm discussing, where the actress is like, guys, like, hey man, we should I'm gonna make so many crazy movies, man. I could see you doing so many things. You know what I mean? Like, you just got this spark about you, baby. I don't even know, but you're gonna go play them because he's got like coke face and all that.
Yeah.
You know? And then he's just like, I mean, are you fucking feeling this? Is this fucking greatest night of our lives or what? And then he goes in and kisses you, and then you're like, oh, whoa, no, I'm doing bumps with you. Fuck off. Don't go and get that guy arrested.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
He
okay.
actually like put his lips on your shoulder or something. You're like, whoa, fuck. If you say fuck the fuck off, and he's like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Then
this new Jay-Z.
he's in the clear.
Yeah. Well, then you can't.
Oh well, then we've had a debate and we've
Yeah.
closed it. Why can't the rest of the world come to that conclusion?
Because I guarantee that there are people who are unwilling. There are probably some people who are in the process of sending me tweets saying Tully, almost always agree with you, dead wrong about the Angela Lansbury thing. Burn the witch.
See, I don't think burning an old lady is appropriate. I mean, she's just an old school person that says weird stuff. I don't take that as like she hate. Wait a minute.
If your grandma says the
What about
same
if you
thing,
were
does she not
born-
get to go to Thanksgiving?
Exactly, but what about if you're born ugly? You're never that hot, as we just agreed. We saw her later on in her heyday, not that hot.
Mhm.
Maybe there was a lot of roles. I mean, really, in the end of the day, Murder, She Wrote was kind of lucky. It sucked, if you ask me. I hated it, but I guess it got a lot of replays, so she got cash money. But apart from that, I mean, who is she anyway? Maybe she was a failed actress because she's not that hot, and she saw a bunch of bimbos that were like blowing producers, and that's just like peanut butter and jelly at 80 years of age.
Maybe I thought of something similar, but different, which is that maybe she was somebody who, let's just say that if it's not her, it has to apply to somebody of her era. I bet there were actresses of her era who did what they had to do, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, to get roles, and then I bet you there were other ones, as there are today, who were like, fuck you. If I need to fuck you to get a role, then I'll get a role from somebody else, and that she might just be saying the same thing now that she would have told you about herself 70 years ago, which is you can get work without doing that. It's going to be harder. You're going to miss out on opportunities, but respect yourself and you don't have to do that shit.
Yeah, well,
Because I'm sure there are ladies that applied to. I don't think every single chick who was in a movie in the 1940s sucked a dick to get there. I bet a lot of them did.
yeah. I don't understand why anybody needs to chastise an old lady for that little opinion.
Right.
It's not like, I would get angry if the whole of America is just like, fuck it, they had it coming, then stop freaking out, But seems to me like everybody's on board with it, and I think it's, like I said, I think it's a great thing. I was just completely in the dark and unaware that there was that percentage of powerful men that are interested in doing stuff like this. I really figured that was like almost a fairy tale. You know what else I almost figured was fucking not real, but seems to be real? Fucking drug cartel people. How can you fucking be a real drug cartel guy in the paper? Well, if you're a fucking real drug guy, then fucking why the police arrest you?
Got to make those charges stick. Who are you talking about? Not the Irish guy, are
I'm
you?
talking about, Conor McGregor allegedly punching some
gangster's father.
Some gangster's father or whatever, and now that he's potentially, and then Dana White saying that he had an experience in Boston the same way, and mentioned another boxer, famous boxer that punched a connected guy, and I just always think that, wait, you're all talking about these connected guys in a business that is illegal, as in. If I sell a giant bag of cocaine on the corner and I get caught, I will go to jail. But you can sell so much cocaine, or whatever it is that they sell, that has to be fucking illegal. It ain't fucking potatoes, So you're selling illegal shit, and everybody knows, to the point where the most famous athlete in the world right now punched your dad in the face, and we're all predicting that hopefully Conor can squash this and not die. And I'm like, why isn't the dad and the son and everybody in fucking jail?
Well,
you can't be famous.
I know, but that's
it's like Scarface.
But it is. But that's the story of mafias. There's always.
Why are we listening to the government when it's like, oh, war on drugs? You know the cartel are there. They're selling it. They're in charge of all of it. And you don't do shit.
Well, you got to make the charges stick, baby.
Well, fucking, they're famous for being.
I mean, but I know, but
I can't understand how you're.
Donnie Brasco's got to get in there, man. Donnie Brasco's got to make friends.
Donnie Brasco is doing a fucking terrible job because every country has a mafia.
Yeah.
And that tells me that the government don't give a fucking shit about you. They don't. Because if they're war on drugs, think about all the money they spent on that when they just know these people are in charge of it and they're too big. That's it. You all agree. Somebody knows. And another person that's in there, and a government person, they know each other, and they've agreed to not fuck with each other. That's what's happening. Wait, am I in trouble now? Can I get... Nobody's listening to this.
No, I was wondering if there's anybody listening who works in any sort of drug enforcement who could give us some insight into... Right, because I have often felt the same way, that, like, if you just gave me a badge and just, like, I don't know, gave me some muscle as my backup... I could just walk around the streets all day arresting people doing illegal stuff. Like, no problem.
Yeah.
I know where they are. Everybody knows where they are. And yet, like I remember when I was going to school in New York, I remember this one neighborhood where you just knew what the door of what brownstone to know. Because, like, a brownstone is like, like Bill Cosby family house. Like, there's several stories up, but there's always a little apartment, basement apartment as well. And you just go down and you'd knock on the door, and there'd be a little, like, keyhole kind of, like peephole
Brownstone,
kind of thing.
Is that why Axl Rose said that?
Maybe. Probably. Well, I'm trying to think, because they're out of L.A.
Mr. Brownstone. Wait, you're not here?
They're out of L.A. Not really a lot of any brownstones in L.A. But yeah, probably. And yeah, you just knew which one. You go knock on the door, and I even more to the point, I used to buy weed in Harlem in candy shops. And it was so well known that if you went into a candy shop and asked for weed, and they actually were a candy shop, they would go, oh, no, you mean the candy shop 2 blocks up.
Because they're well aware of it.
Everybody was aware. You go in and they'd have this old hard candy, because they'd had the same candy for years and years and years, because they just bought it one time and never had to replace it. And I'm like, I mean, it's great for me as a child who wants to smoke dope in New York City, but if I know where this is, And I think the police,
police
just tell
do.
you if you shut that one down, another one just pops up. It's whack-a-mole.
Yeah, but they could just shut down the whole the people in charge, the people
know.
that they won't shut down.
Mhm.
Somebody come in here to muzzle me to not talk about the feds. I mean the mafia, because I won't stop. Andrew. Right. Oh, was that an important person? Yeah, I know. The joke's gone. Thank you, Kevin, for paying attention, bro. Yeah. Ooh. I'm sick. Does he want to go to breakfast with a sick guy? Okay.
That's
Okay.
one of his favorite things to do.
I should probably. Jude said that I should wear like that thing on your face. Yeah, but that wouldn't sound good on the radio. But I think a SARS mask is appropriate for the meeting tomorrow.
What about more of like a Darth Vader thing?
Oh, and then I can just threaten like I need. Listen, I need this, and I need that, and I need this.
And then just
And if I don't get it, there'll be hell to pay.
and then just start mashing.
Just grab a breakfast burrito and smash it into my mask. With the fucking deadpan stare at his
Well,
face.
it's the only face you have.
Just eyes. Cold eyes. Or not shit. I don't know why. I have to have that accent. But then, listen to this. Here's my other theory on why the underworld is hooked up with the government, and we all know, we're okay with it. But why go to jail for weed, and you don't go to jail for selling all the weed? Bullshit. I watched a documentary last night. Meth wars. No, meth whore. Meth war. Meth hole.
Meth stars.
Meth stars. Meth now. Meth mate.
Love and meth.
Love and meth.
You tell meth to us.
Meth storm. That's what it is. Meth storm. And there's a guy that is like this little chubby guy, little pudgy chubby guy that's like the he's like the prime minister of his little pudgy town. And he went to school there, and he's like a 4-foot little dwarf. He's like one of those dudes in the castle that fight the dragon and steal the jewelry. Yeah, he's like a hobbit. And he looks like he has a drinking problem, but he's like, this town's on meth, and all his friends are in jail, because everybody from the town is in meth. Everyone's on meth. And it's a documentary about this family that just do meth, and the mum does meth with the kids, and the dad's gone.
How old are these kids?
I think they started doing meth with the mum when they were about 14, and now they're doing meth in their 20s and late 20s, and one uncle's just dies in the middle of the documentary. Sorry, spoiler alert. Like from just being a steaming pile of shit, and the son's in jail, and the daughters they shoot up meth together, and it's just a hideous, like, the couch is everything is just fucked. Their life is fucked. Everything's fucked. They got no fucking teeth. Nobody in this town's got any fucking teeth. Everybody in this town who's a woman, for some weird reason, it happens to women more than men when you do meth. You can get your bottom lip to touch your nose because your fucking top grill disappears. So your jaw can go, and you've been doing the fucking Lars jaw for your entire life. And the story, like, the mum was forced into it too. Like, it's a meth city. Everybody does meth, and it's generations of meth. They're raising these kids in everybody's making meth, and the guy says that's trying to stop it. The budget now has gone down even more so. They can't even get a budget to buy a lot of meth. They can only buy like little baggies because they won't get the budget to stop it. It's a weird thing to know that, if you got a kid in that town, and you look at some stats on, 80% of the people in this town are gonna do meth. You gotta get the fuck out of there, man. It's very sad though. It seems like it would have been a nice place if it wasn't for this hideous drug.
It's awful, man. How many towns are just clearly going backwards?
Oh man, people listen to this show. Private investigator.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, Al. Al, welcome.
Am I on?
Yes, you are, sir. Welcome to the show.
All right, fantastic, thanks. So Zoe was asking, why don't cops just, with the Indiana man, you can just go out and arrest people. That's kind of like the first step
Oh.
Oh, I see.
I mean, what
so
about-
what about if I take pictures of him on like 3 different days wearing different T-shirts selling weed every day? Well, that weed's not going to work anymore, but I know guys who sell
What about
weed.
if I pull him over and he's got like packs of fucking ice and guns and cash?
Right, I could
Can I
arrest, like,
fucking arrest that guy?
I could arrest like 4 people in this office.
Ain't me. But you're saying even with that amount of evidence, you might not be able to prosecute. That's still. I mean, did you just? I mean, I watched this documentary and they were pulling over people that had wads of cash and ice and guns, and you're saying that can go into a court and that there might be a jury that be like, nah, I'm gonna need some more evidence. That's happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a history of, yeah, there are actual people that do that, but there are actual examples of police officers misrepresenting facts, planting drugs on people. So you're held to a really high standard in a court setting.
In your opinion, to what extent would full-time body cameras on cops address that?
Oh, it would be outstanding. I work in Colorado, and a lot of the agencies here are doing that. And I see stuff all the time that proves the cops are absolutely lying about what they're saying happened.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go fight a traffic ticket against the lying cops, so I know they're out there.
Good luck, Michael. Hopefully the jury doesn't see that you're, got a lot of evidence
Yeah, I know, man.
against him.
It's my word against his, and I don't like my chances, man, because the system is stacked against people like myself and meth manufacturers.
Yeah. When will the meth manufacturers get a fair shake in this game? Thanks for the info, Al. You too. Yeah.
And then there's all the towns with, be it, you could just say opiates, be it pills or people who've gone on to heroin. There's just so many towns that are just going in the shitter, man.
See, look, it's Mexican cartel that flood the U.S. with cheaper meth.
Right.
What the fuck? The government knows it. I am speaking out of my ass right now,
Law enforcement shut down American meth production. Mexican cartels have flooded the U.S. with...
Wait, so you shut down the American one and then the Mexican one came?
Yeah.
How come I figured it'd be easier to shut down the Mexican one than the local one. I mean, they had to come in, right?
I guess it's because it's not being produced here, so it's not like you don't have a meth lab.
Oh, because they even admit they're in the pockets. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're together.
I'm catching up on. I didn't watch Narcos when it first came out on Netflix, and just the story of like Pablo Escobar and the Cali cartel. It's ridiculous that they were able to exist in Colombia like they were, just like, hey, we ran for political office while making billions of dollars and shipping coke.
Well, were Colombians did Colombia have a really bad coke problem?
It didn't seem like they eventually made a ton more money getting into the U.S., but they were initially
Because frankly, if you manufacture something that's a really big problem for another country, but not a problem for the country that you're in, I don't see why you would have any problems with that, really, unless that other country had the muscle to shut you down.
Yeah, okay, I see
let's
your
just say
angle.
we made like the most addictive Thai noodles imaginable.
I don't think that's the case, though. I think that there's a bunch of people on meth in Mexico.
I would assume so.
I find that. Yeah, I think everybody around it is. I just thought it was harder to stop because you could make your own meth here. Like, you can just do your own meth lab shit. But I guess on a big scale. I don't know. Well, then why don't they... There's no money in it, I guess, to end it. But it just seems like why don't you go to Mexico and annihilate those guys instead of, fucking off in the Middle East and shit, interfering in other people's business. I mean, this is directly our business.
Right.
You're ruining this country, Mexican cartel, with your meth. Come on, troops, go there, get them.
Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you that I would prefer to see anything that we do foreign policy wise or foreign military stuff be like like the Iraq thing is a good example of like, well, if we get rid of this one guy, then maybe we get a good guy in there, and then other countries get the idea. Like that's a really indirect path to getting change. Like going and shutting down drug manufacturers in our neighboring country here is something that's way more direct. I'm totally down with that. But like, if there is demand for meth in America, let's just say you went in tomorrow, snapped your fingers, and all the Mexican cartels went away. Wouldn't somebody else just pop up and replace them if the demand still existed?
I mean, I just don't feel like it turns into mum and pop, because that's how you can't stop it. It turns into like little guys making it, but when little guys make it, I don't feel like they end up doing all the other stuff that comes with it, because they don't really make the big money that this cartel has, where there's probably illegal prostitution, there's probably just straight up slavery. Like, have you seen that shit? There's slaves just full on fucking
Libya?
somewhere, just selling fucking dudes, selling them right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when you have like billions of dollars on an evil empire,
Right.
then way more people suffer.
That's true. When you're making meth in a Target bathroom.
Yeah, if like
you're
some
not
dude
gonna
in
have that.
fucking Tampa selling, and selling it to like his town. Sure, your town's
Yeah.
riddled with it, but not like these giant, powerful fucking people that can kill and get people to look the other way when they're smuggling stuff in. Like that's another game.
Well, I think that there's even a thing. I read this a couple years ago with the Mexican cartels where they have like the tunnels where they actually take shit across the border underground, and like where they would advertise a job, like some harmless job, like work at a fucking Kinko's or whatever, and then the guy goes to apply and they just kind of take him to do that job, and he has to like either build the tunnel or like work in the tunnel, and then after he does that for a while, they just kill him.
Dude.
Yeah. So you're right. When you have the mom and pop meth, you're not going to have that kind of completely innocent bystander dude.
In that documentary I watched, there was dealers. You know what I mean? They were just fucking hee-haws making it in their garage. They made some cash and shit, but man, that dude was not like running trains. Having pimped out limousines and hotels. Like he was doing it out of his house, and it was a piece of shit house. He was not coming up. You know what I mean? Like he had a truck. Maybe it's because they did meth all day too, but I don't know. It's very sad. Beside the point.
Yeah.
This show is freaking me out right now because this guy. I mean, of all the people that will be listening, Thomas, he is on a state narcotics task force, and was just listening to the show. Hello, Thomas.
What's up? What's going on, guys?
That's really your job?
Yes, I am on I don't want to give the state, but a special narcotics task force unit.
And how long have you been doing that?
Over 10 years.
So how do you go from like you're a police officer and then you go to that? Like, how does that work exactly?
I have background at the federal level, and then went to state level.
So you're like you got skills and shit. Like you're a trained assassin kind of. Apart from all the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it you and a team of people that do that?
Yes, there's a force of I can't give a whole bunch of information, but between 7 and 15 of us.
Okay. And you get how do you get your information?
It starts with the local beat cops giving, making like Chloe was saying, going around and arresting the guys that, everybody knows these guys sell meth or these guys sell weed or whatever it is, and it goes from there. And then they get turned, or if the local beat cops think that the information's good enough and they have the right connections, they give them to us or their contact information to us.
I got it now.
And we have legal guys that go in and talk to them and try and flip them. And the biggest issue is, like Chloe was saying, trying to get the charges to stick. There's probably 1,000 people between that local street level guy and Pablo Escobar.
Right.
So it's all cash money. There's no offshore bank accounts and all that horse shit that everybody sees on TV. There's none of that. It's cash money, and they never touch it. I guarantee Pablo Escobar touched 1/10% of the product that he put, if even that percentage.
So, but how do you? But you know who Pablo Escobar is. So how does it work? Because that means that there's probably another guy of similar stature that you know of that doesn't touch it himself, but you're all aware that he is the guy that is in charge of it. But and because you don't have him touching it, you can never put him behind bars, even though he runs the organization. You know he does. Right?
and get that shit off the street. But our judicial system, doesn't allow us to do that sort of thing because it's all got to be fair. We've got to have the prosecuting evidence.
So really, it's kind of it's set up to be, yeah, because it sounds like it's set up to, when you get them in court, it favors the criminal.
Well, it favors the criminal, and when you get up in, and I haven't dealt with Pablo Escobar level shit before, but I mean, I've helped put men in prison that were multi-billionaires at the age of 30 because they inherited it from their father.
Man.
They were just kingpins.
What kind of houses are they running when you go in a house of a guy like that? Like, does he have some shit that nobody has kind of deal?
Well, people on like Pablo Escobar, they all live out of country.
Right.
I don't go out of country to make the arrest. That's completely out of jurisdiction.
Right.
But another big issue is getting whatever government that the guy's living in, getting their government to cooperate. And of course, they have everybody in their back pocket.
Okay, there it is, right there, Thomas. So you're saying that the big time guy that lives in the other country, the governing leaders of that country are fucking okay with that dude being there because he's given them money, right?
Absolutely, he supports local economies. He gives them workers. He gives people jobs, and he makes everybody's life in his little circle around him, whether it be 10 guys or whether it be 10,000 guys. He gives them a life they could never have if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, that's
And a lot of the places, like some really small countries where they produce in South America that we're aware of, the people there that are where they're manufacturing this meth are so poor they can't afford to buy what they're making. So that's one of the reasons they don't have such a bad drug problem. Of course, people sample it and all that shit, but they can't afford to buy what they're manufacturing.
right.
It's really not fucking up them so much.
Man, that is crazy.
Now I wonder. I'm just trying to figure out a way to crack this whole thing. You mentioned that it's a cash business. Now I'm sure there are many people listening to this show who would be terrified of the prospect of us ever abandoning cash and having a full just like debit card, computer bank kind of financial system. But I would imagine like even like my kid and Jason, your kids will just be like, what do I need dollar bills for? How fucking old are we? By the time they're adults, like I do understand the risks of a world where there weren't cash dollars, but if you could only buy things in a system that ran through like a debit card and a checking account, wouldn't that clean a lot of this up instantly?
Wouldn't drug dealers make sure the government never did that?
I don't know if they have that sort of power on smaller countries. They do, but that goes back to the whole. If that was to take place and there's no more cash money, and I would like to go and buy a new AR-15, and I have to pay with my checking account, and it's $1,500, or what if I can get my hand on some cash and the guy will take $600 cash?
Yeah.
There's going to be a black market on the cash side if that ever takes place.
Right.
But what about I'm having trouble understanding like if you just said tomorrow we're gonna make cash, it's gonna be worthless. So whatever cash you got hidden under your mattress, come turn it in and put it in your bank account, or else you're SOL.
It's a secret society. You're
No, I
forming
know.
a secret society. People will go underground and live like Judge Dredd. They will fucking.
And we lived like that for a long time on the barter system.
Well, right, okay, no, and I thought about that, Will, the barter system, right? So
Hey, thanks, Thomas, for all the info, dude. Appreciate what you do too. Thank you.
I mean, I'm totally thinking out loud here, but how much shit? If I'm like a crack addict, how well bad? But they're really good at bartering. It's a poor example. But like if I want to buy a whole bunch of weapons, like how much shit? How many stereo systems does my local weapons dealer need? He doesn't want those. He wants money.
Even if you're on an entirely electronic system, you can use cryptocurrency. And also, what about silver, gold, things that have a lot of value that are small?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't think what's easy.
Coins?
What's easier, banning money from the world or
banning
legalizing it? Because if you legalize it, wouldn't that mean that Mexico's meth would no longer be useful? We'd be back to making our own meth.
Right. Well, and then then you get to the whole thing of like, do you want to live in a world where you pursue the world as it ought to be, or do you want to live in the world as it actually is? Because if you legalize drugs, I'm sorry, more people are going to use drugs. That's just all there fucking is to it. But if you said we currently spend, I don't know, $200 billion a year fighting the war on drugs, okay, what about if we just made them legal and we taxed them, and then we spent that same $200 billion trying to keep people from fucking up their lives on illegal drugs? Which one are we going to end up with less people dead because of drugs from? Yeah. Forget about the whole, I don't think drugs should be illegal, or I think they should. Forget about right and wrong.
I think it'd be an easy fucking choice.
Well, that's what
I feel
I'm
like
saying.
I agree people would do more drugs, but I don't think it would be a complete like write-off. Like everyone just becomes a junkie and a meth and a gackhead. Like that's it is.
Yeah. It's
Andrew's probably going to have one toke and never come back to it.
I had a joint.
He's going to shit himself.
Somebody gave me a joint last night, and I was going to give it to Andrew, but then I realized that would rob him of his pleasure of going to the store and buying his joint.
Oh, dang. Oh, man.
I knew it.
Oh, shit, that's a big
right.
show.
I gave it to Felipe Esparza instead.
Wait, what? You know Felipe Esparza?
He had like 7 other ones in his hand at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at the Comedy Store last night. Speedweed sponsored the
Oh, yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah. Right? But then you just, if you look at it not from the point of view of I think drugs should be legal, I think drugs should be illegal. It's the same thing as like, giving like homeless people houses, or like educating criminals and shit like that. It's all about like, would you do something that you think is wrong in theory if it added up to less crime in practice?
I mean, I feel like we've really tried the war on drugs.
I feel like we gave it a really good
right?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's stats that show that it didn't work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's not waste that money, and let's just, get over it.
Again, I don't know what the answer is, but I wish that we as a world were able to look at things with more of an open mind, once again, towards what would work, not what we wish would work. Because unfortunately, ours is not a perfect world. Very, very far from it. Seemingly becoming less perfect by the day.
Oh, meth! Go ahead, Derek. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Jason? Now I'm not as informed as Thomas was, unfortunately, but being from Arkansas, which is arguably the meth capital of the country, man, the reason they can't, Mexico can't stop it like America did is, America, they took away the ingredients to make meth.
Ah!
Mexico jumped on the opportunity to make meth and flood the American market with it. That's how they stopped it here, compared to Mexico not being able to stop it, because I'm assuming Mexico doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Meth comes up here.
Right. So they could. Well, Telly said they might be actually be benefiting as a country from selling meth to us. So why would they stop it?
Afghanistan definitely benefits from selling heroin to America.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Right. Well then.
Sprinkle some other chemicals in it and bake it in the oven and flake it off and smoke their pee again or some shit. I mean, they really hit the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. Well, those guys weren't. They didn't have a chance anyway. But yeah, it sounds like just legalize, and then you wouldn't. You go back to just making and ruin your life if you want to ruin your life. Like that's for your mum and dad to save you.
From what I've seen, kind of the opiates and heroin have kind of taken its place, apparently, which is better for normal people just trying to live their lives. You get somebody strung out 7-8 days without sleep on meth, and they're just geared out of their head.
Yeah.
You never know when it's just snap.
Yep.
I got a pharmacist house now.
Yeah, it's a dangerous person.
They're just all over the fucking place.
Yep.
Yes, give me a smack addict any day.
Right? Hell yeah, to smack addicts. Yeah, love those guys.
Yeah, and if you run out, there's probably still more shit you can rob from your mom's house.
Thanks, Derek. I know, right?
Yeah, smack addicts. What did a smack addict ever do to anybody?
I know, right?
Show me one family torn apart by smack.
They're just like extreme potheads.
Yes. They've made some of the greatest music the world has ever
heard.
Right?
No war
Right.
has ever been a... Oh, wait a minute.
Mm.
Oh. A lot of wars probably over heroin, but you know what I mean.
Who's,
Nobody.
Who's the meth addict of brunch? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the? I'm trying to think. What's the best musical?
Meth music.
I know what marijuana music is, and I know what acid music is, and I know what heroin music is, and I know what alcohol music. I know what coke music is.
It's
What's
meth
music?
It's the Firestarter song, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm picturing something very busy. I'm actually picturing more of like the like that one Mexican pop song.
That's probably mainstream meth.
Right.
That's what all the sellouts song. There's probably some real deep meth tracks.
Oh, I bet it's really annoying.
It's got to be, right?
I bet it's the most annoying shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, because they are the most annoying people ever.
It's just got to be like the same thing for ever.
Yeah, because you're like rehearing it every 3 seconds because you forgot what happened.
Getting chills.
Deputy Sheriff, man.
Right.
Already listens to us. It's cool. Ian, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How's it going?
Hi, Ian.
Pretty casual.
All right. Hey, so I'm a deputy sheriff out here, and I can kind of weigh in on the whole methamphetamine heroin deal that we got going on the local level if you guys want.
Hit me with it.
Alright, so basically what we're seeing these days, speak on the local level, methamphetamine is kind of on the slope, and we're actually seeing heroin take a huge rise. Heroin is now, heroin overdoses are now the leading cause of death for anybody under 50 in the United States.
I was gonna say, all right, that's great news, but
That's terrible.
yeah, that's real bad.
And it's so many people. I just read a big long article about the other day. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ian. It's so many people who just don't fit like the profile. Like they weren't these people who are kind of on the fringe.
Yeah.
It's like moms and dads and shit that get into get prescription
Painkillers
drugs
and then they find
yeah, fuck.
So go ahead, Ian.
I was just gonna say, the problem we was having with it is, so at least on the local level when we were dealing with methamphetamine at first, and the state I work in, all the drugs were misdemeanors. If you possessed it, if you were possessing it with the intent to sell, it would become a felony, right?
Yeah.
But ever since we had all the realignment laws passed and the Prop 47 laws passed, they kicked felonies down to misdemeanors. A lot of the misdemeanors do a fraction, and a lot of the times when we're arresting these people for even possessing the drugs on them, by the time it's all said and done and that report is finished, that person's already out of custody and back on the street corner where he stopped in the first place.
Yeah, that doesn't seem. Why the fuck would we do that?
Well, the problem is they're trying to reduce recidivism because our jail system and prison system is so attacked right now. It's so overcrowded that they're trying to get all the non-violent offenders out of the prison system, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to keep all the guys that are extremely violent in custody, whereas they're trying to get the guys that are just doing drugs, the property crimes. They're not really effective people as far as a violent manner. They're trying to get them back out of jail and into programs instead so that they can rehabilitate people at this point.
Okay, I can see kind of an angle how you would want to do that. I just feel like the fine line there to me is it seems like they might have made that law for people that have marijuana, and if you're selling marijuana, maybe a felony laying off that one. But if you're selling meth and heroin, I don't. I mean, doing it, okay, but selling it.
Yeah, it's a massive problem to us, and it's gotten to the point where even if I, caught somebody for, possession of methamphetamine, or I get them with a used meth pipe or something like that, that case isn't even getting charged.
Wait, so you can just get caught with the meth pipe and nothing happens?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is only a meth pipe. You got to catch them with it.
You'll take it to jail. And the jail will usually indict them out, and they'll give them a court date, 30 days from the date of, their arrest, and they'll dismiss it.
Man, that sounds like a tough job for you.
Well, I mean, the real problem we have is a lot of the addicts, at least some of the people that I come across, unfortunately, are a lot of transients who are also developing this drug habit. And when you don't have any money to feed your habit, you go around looking for items that you can sell or
Right.
A lot of the people that we're encountering who are actually using these types of drugs are committing your audit thefts, your audit burglaries, your stolen vehicles in order to keep this habit. So by getting these people off the street, sometimes you also reduce a number of different crimes.
Yep. Yeah, I can see that.
Right. Well, and I think a lot of times we draw this like distinction between drug users and drug dealers, but very often they're one and the same. You know, if you've ruined your life using some highly addictive substance, it's really easy to see how you get to a point where you're like, well, if I could put some money together and I buy X amount, I got some buddies I can sell some of that to, and I can keep the rest of it for my. You know, like anybody who if you've ever smoked weed, you've probably sold somebody weed.
Yeah,
So imagine what smack's like.
I smoked it all. That was my only time I ever tried to sell weed.
Absolutely. No, I wanted to weigh in on the subject a little bit. I got kind of sick with you guys going into law enforcement stuff. So.
Well, Ian, you're in California. When you pull me over, can you not fucking give me a ticket and be like, hey, man, your show's cool? Because I want to show off in front of my wife. That made me feel very powerful.
Yeah, right. And don't bring up my wife's meth pipe. I mean, you're not even gonna get that charge to stick anyway.
Yeah.
Ian. We both know it.
All right, have a good day. There it is, Deputy Sheriff, California.
Cool.
He could get us off smoking meth in the car,
Good to know.
right?
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna take away some of the thrill of smoking meth while I drive. But
Good point.
I suppose there's a plus side to that.
Well,
as
it
well.
might not be him. You know what I mean?
You never know.
There's a lot
Roll
more
the
police
dice,
out there.
baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's that. I'm willing to take it. Throw on the hunt. Meth at the wheel. That's a song. It's a Cool Bean song. What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of Judas Priesty.
Yeah. That's so fun. Yeah. All right. Well, if it's Judas Priesty, how's that? It's gonna be like a little, like. All right, we've done that so many times. Wait.
Meth.
Meth. Meth. Meth. Meth. Meth. Meth. Meth. Meth.
Meth.
Meth. Meth. Meth.
Meth.
Meth? Meth. 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 Man? The fuck? Man? Man! Did you not hear that we were gonna do a song with Cool Beans? We're fucking back up!
We're the fucking Temptations over here.
God! It was so obvious that we were fucking... Man!
We're just doing dance moves to prop you up.
Let's not help you next time, okay? Fucking asshole, Michael. How do we live with him? Coming at us like
I
that.
thought we were making it so much easier for him. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Jesus, man. Wait, that's not a song. Meth. 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 Meth.
Sweat pours from your forehead. Do you get that ecstasy
Meth.
when your skin crawls, your teeth chatter?
Meth. Meth. Meth.
That's meth at the wheel.
Crystal meth. Crystal meth, yo. Sorry, I had to help you a little bit. I think that could go. That could go. That was really bad, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
There are some updates on the Matt Lauer thing, the specifics of the accusation.
Find out how gross Matt Lauer is after this! That's Lola. Oh.
Matt Lauer married?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Matt Lauer.
Not
I was
anymore.
asking if he was married, and he is.
Oh.
Does he have kids?
I believe so.
Oh,
I think so.
Three children.
That he knows about.
Yeah, that number is expected to rise.
The button under his desk where he could lock the door so he could just have sex with whatever colleagues is
What?
crazy.
What?
He's like a sex Mr. Burns.
Dude.
Instead of a trap door,
He
his
just would
dick
like
flops out.
hit a button and it would lock his door every time.
We had sex with a lot, but it wasn't for entertainment. And then I had sex with co-workers. Oh, or is that what that button was for? When am I going to hear about one of these and it turns out that it's bullshit? What an idiot.
Car chase?
Yeah, a little while ago, but this chick bailed out of the Jeep while the Jeep was still running, and she's got to have such bad road rash.
She like skidded on her knees. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't think I have a rewind function, but that would be worth it. Today Show channel or something on Sirius XM? Maybe you could do a plug for that.
Oh man.
So we
Watch out
come
for
back.
Coleman.
Got the live read. If you want to do the Lauer update, we can also do the WWE ticket giveaway and get the cock off your chest.
Yeah, I mean the Lauer thing seems like an easy enough transition into.
Yeah.
Awesome. I got my fancy family day tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
So excited about that.
With August.
Probably not appropriate to play the sexy Red Dragon button during that Lauer discussion. But
It might be funny.
it'd be fun.
So, you should do it. It's crazy that it's not bothering anybody but our president. It's insane.
No, I think it's bothering people. Just
Yeah, but
We do.
when you're the president, you get to do whatever you want, apparently.
yeah, apparently.
I just like the stories that he is a huge conspiracy nut guy and has just a bunch of random conspiracies he talks about in the Oval Office with his close advisors.
Of course, the president's just binned Alex Jones before dates.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is that if you're a conspiracy guy, you say, so tell me, what's the deal with aliens? And they're like, dude, there's not any aliens. And you're like, so I know I can't trust you.
Oh, library table.
Fantastic. What is it?
What is
So wait, where did you see the thing about him having this button that locked the door?
It's in the article I sent you.
Is it?
Yeah.
You ready to do a read?
Yeah, he is. Give me a thumbs up if you find it, otherwise I'll put it up on the TV screen.
You're a master of tailgates. You put 110% into planning every aspect of your tailgate, from the food to the seating and the entertainment. And let's not forget the rituals. Every tailgate, you grill up your famous burgers while wearing your throwback jersey. But here's one ritual we could all do without. Glad you asked, Hype Will. People checking scores and updates on their cell phones. Come on, guys! How are you supposed to throw a pre-game party while you got your nose buried in your phone? It's time to introduce the new tailgate ritual, and that's HD TV from Dish and the playback compatible satellite antenna. This lets you bring everyone together with conference-rich rivalries, pre-game interviews, highlights, and more. All-in stunning HD. Visit dishtailgate.com and get this today. I will. The playmaker sets up in minutes. Doesn't need a Wi-Fi connection. And with Dish pay-as-you-go programming, you only pay for the months you use. Make it a TV with the Dish new tailgate ritual. Visit dish.com today and get a free shipping for a limited time. Restrictions apply.
So.
Ah, man.
No, that's on me.
Oh,
so,
you?
as I mentioned before the break, some details on the sexual harassment
Harass
leveled at Matt Lauer.
This is big, everybody. This is very big news about it. Yep, this is gonna be. It's gonna blow your mind.
Today's show, Matt Lauer, according to Variety magazine, once gave a colleague a sex toy as a present.
That's right. Matt Lauer gave somebody a dildo.
It included an explicit note about how he wanted to use it on her.
Oh, okay. Well,
on another day, he summoned a different female employee to his office and then dropped his pants, showing her his penis.
Wow!
After the employee declined to do anything about it, visibly shaken, he reprimanded her for not engaging in a sex act. He would sometimes quiz female producers about who they'd slept with, offering to trade names, and he loved to engage in a crass quiz game with men and women in the office, fuck, marry, or kill, in which he would identify the female co-host that he'd most like to sleep with.
Okay, yeah, that's... Because at first I was like, he's just a Stern fan, but... Yeah, that's inappropriate. That last bit too.
Right.
Every bit of it. What about the magic button?
So, supposedly
Get to the button.
He had an office in 30 Rockefeller Center that was sort of secluded, and he had a button under his desk that allowed him to lock his door from the inside without getting up. Now when you go to your bosses and say, I'm gonna need a button that locks my door.
You can say, because I don't want to get up and
lock the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what he said. This afforded him the assurance of privacy and allowed him to welcome female employees and initiate inappropriate contact while knowing nobody could walk in on him, according to two women who say they were sexually harassed by Matt Lauer. Now, what they say is that he is or was or whatever it is a married man, but he's Matt Lauer, so he couldn't go around just like fucking people indiscriminately. That led him to try to satiate his wild, insatiable sex needs with people in his stable, coworkers. The sexual harassment, according to sources, extended to when he traveled on assignment for NBC. Several employees recall how he paid intense attention to a young woman on his staff that he found attractive. Focusing intently on her career ambitions, he asked the same producer to his hotel room to deliver him a pillow.
Man, this guy. Wait, is that his wife? Who wears that necklace? I mean, honestly, what kind of an idiot wears?
It looks like a lei.
It looks like sugar cubes.
It looks like a lei, the lei that they say you get when you land at Hawaii.
It's
like a lei made out of tiny marshmallows.
White blocks. It's really arrogant.
Yeah, well, maybe he was just intimidated having a wife that's taller than him.
Some of these accusations sound a little stretched.
Like how?
You can have a lock on your door in your office.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But to say, so that, he could, trap women
Well, it says that it's true that he had a trap door.
Well, no, right. I think it's fair to say so that he would be able to.
Come in,
Now,
Will.
you
Come
could-
in, Will. Because the trap door, that's what that's for.
But by that same token, you could say, I have kitchen knives at my home, which would enable me to stab people.
Right. Yeah. Look,
Right, I say that all the time.
Look, I really feel like if you're allowed to lock that door from your seat under the desk, that's a fucking really weird thing to do, and you can't say that.
I disagree.
I can't be fucking getting up. I just want to do it from there.
No, but I mean, if you want to, okay, I bet you, Matt Lauer meditates. Maybe he wants to just lock the door and meditate.
Okay, look, I don't have an officer and anything in here. I don't even have this fucking studio anymore. But at one point, if I had said, "Can I lock the door from in here?" that would have been, first of all,
You've
no.
been in studios that have locks on them from the inside.
From the desk when hitting a button?
Yeah. Most studios do lock the door when you hit the on-air button. So, and also the last studios we were in.
See, you're making like all these weird excuses. Like, what about if he's got all these other charges against him from other women, and he also has a button on under his desk that locks his office? Okay, yeah, you're right. It's innocent until proven guilty, but that button with all the other information seems like it's a real creepy thing to invest in. That's my angle on it. Because for me to having a button, if I have a button, it's gonna do way cooler things than lock a fucking door.
Okay, but forget the button.
You know what it is? If he gets up and he knows it's on, and he gets up and he locks the door before it's confirmed, it makes everything a little hoary. If she doesn't know that he locked the door and they can fuck, you know what I mean, without that happening, it makes him seem edgy, it makes him seem like he cares about her more. I'm telling you, man, if you go up and lock the door on somebody before you fuck him, it's a real blunt move. You know what I mean? He's like, forget that move.
I think
Bing, hit the button.
I think you're reading a lot into it, and I mean, okay, let's just forget the button. Okay, let's just say
I will not forget the button.
You have a lock on your door. Is that okay? That's not suspicious or
yeah,
creepy.
Man, this is how crystal meth dealers get off. People like you fucking get in there and they go, "Oh, look at it like this. What about if the door?" Like you making up all these scenarios that makes him look like a better guy.
You're making up the scenarios.
I don't have a button that locks the door, dude. If you have a button from your desk that locks the door, it's because you want that reason.
The question,
there's no other reason.
Is it the button that's the problem to you, or the lock on the door?
It's the button.
To me, it's the showing women your penis.
Yeah, that one too. But yeah, no. If you add those up as well as the button, if he just had the button and he didn't like have a thing where he showed a lady his penis and gave somebody a dick or something,
right?
I'd be like, oh, that's a weird, eccentric, lazy thing. I would be like, man, I'm kind of let down. That seems like a really egotistical fuckface thing to want to have in your studio, in your office, you know. Kind of like having a big skull chair in your studio.
I can imagine talent getting to a point.
I didn't think it at the time, alright? Fuck.
Like talent or upper management getting to the point where they're like, the narrative that they have in their head is, these fucking morons always need to fucking talk to me about fucking stupid shit that they should be able to fucking figure out for themselves, or there's some stupid shit that I don't need to hear about because I'm Matt goddamn Lauer, so I'm gonna lock the door when I go in my office. Locking your door, you gotta have some sway in a company, I think, to get away with that, or be regarded as the crazy person that they need to keep around for some reason. I've also worked around that person. That guy's insane, but he does two things nobody else is able to do, so we're just gonna put up with him being crazy.
Right.
So locking a door having a lockable door in an office doesn't bother me. It's not in a studio. It's in his office. So those are two different things. Why you need a button for that? But again, if you're the guy who's like, fuck you, I need to be able to keep you fucking assholes out of here, well, then it's a very short step to put a button so I don't need to walk over to flip a thing to keep you assholes away from me.
Okay, also, what about this? Okay, I've reported on all kinds of things. I got a lot of people. I've had death threats. If I hear gunshots coming down the hallway, I want to be able to lock my door
So you guys all die and I'm okay.
Yes, I'm sure that's probably it.
Couldn't you just shoot through the door?
Yeah, but,
kick it in.
Yeah.
I mean, if I know Matt Lauer is in there, I'm going in.
Matt Lauer.
I don't know how to say his last name.
You know what he could say? Here's what he could say: is I'm like a high powered. I'm one of the best known news people in the world. Sometimes people call me with privileged information. If I take a phone call from, the Secretary of State or something, I can't just have people walking in here while I'm on that call.
That's a good argument.
That's a pretty good one, right?
Yep.
People have things in their home where
It's
they
still
can
fucking
say,
weird.
Oh yeah.
People have things in their home where they can say, hey, could you make it 1 degree warmer in here instead of walking over to the thermostat? There's no insidious plot there.
So if he had Amazon Alexa to lock his door?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is it the method that's the problem? Look, I didn't say anything about
Alexa,
him being...
show her my penis.
I didn't say anything about him being innocent.
I mean, that's a little more appropriate, right?
I didn't say anything about him being innocent or guilty. What I said was some of those things sound a little stretched to me. Even also, giving somebody a sex toy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's a note in there, hey, I would have used this on you or whatever, I think that does make a difference, but it depends on your relationship with the person.
Okay.
You gave Betsy something for Christmas.
If I gave Betsy a fucking a rubber dick,
right?
There better be a fucking punchline behind it, otherwise it's just inappropriate.
Okay.
And Betsy I could probably do it, and she wouldn't. She'd be like, God, he's a moron. But it's still Mr. Inappropriate, thinks that would draw the line. I would not do that.
Mr. Ellis, have you ever given your co-host a sex toy?
No, I gave him alcohol.
Never gave him a flashlight?
No, I never give him any.
I asked him for the flashlight.
I
actually think I assaulted him.
And that doesn't. I was fucking it when he took it off me. No, it doesn't. I don't do it. That's just the biggest surprise to me. I think I have this harsh opinion on myself of like I'm just the most gross fuck up on the planet. And when I hear people like that I look at and I go, they're untouchable to me. I'll never even meet them because they're so la-di-da perfect and they live a life where they just don't have those demons or those thoughts in their head. And then to hear a guy that would do something that I would never do. In a million years I would never do that to anybody. On my darkest hour. I just never, done the push it thing. It just doesn't. It would always. If anybody did it in front of me, I would be like, "What the fuck?" I didn't even know. I've only seen it in movies, which made me think it wasn't even true that dudes were like fucking. If you can have the part, if you. I just thought that was like a bullshit story, like the Loch Ness Monster or something.
Right, but look, I'm just saying that if you had cornered me in the hallway and had your way with me. Then I accused you of that and then added on top of that, and he also would bring in his skull-shaped sex chair.
Yeah, okay. Now you bringing the chair into it again. I already bashed myself. I don't believe I need to be bashed again. But anyway.
But I made it a sex chair. It wasn't a sex chair.
But listen. Okay, sure. Only if Andrew says that, Jason did something similar to me, Kevin says they did something similar, and Tully says they've done something similar, then sure, we got an argument. But if it's just you, nobody believes you, Will.
What I'm
that was
saying
for the chair
is,
fucking
what I'm saying
the way you walk around this office every day, flashing your wares. Well, and by the way, it seems like there's many, many, many women who work on the Today Show who are all saying similar things. There does seem to be a number of people, whether or not it's he gave out 20 dildos one year. There seems to be a lot of women who are saying lots of shit was brushed under the rug because Matt was so highly valued by NBC News.
Yeah, and I will give the women a little bit of a fucking slap on the wrist. Suck up! If you fucking knew he was doing that, if you had a friend, he did that to me too, fuck him. Fucking rat him out. I mean, or, you know what, they probably did. And somehow, maybe it's bigger than that. Maybe they knew, no, I can't.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you
right.
don't know.
I don't. All I know is, seems to me there's a lot of dudes out there that do really inappropriate shit to women, and I'm really happy that it's coming out to everybody so that maybe a little bit of the general public, I realize that there's just some dumb people out there that will never get it and they'll just do it no matter what because that's how their daddy raised them or something. But I think in general, it's going to make men a little less, just as, the girls that I know, they're porn stars. So you see their vaginas and shit. So I feel like you send them dick pics, I kind of don't. I feel their pain, but I also don't feel like it's that. I'm like, what did you expect? But it also shows me that men don't know. The dick pic goes to my wife. Dick pic. Anybody on Snapchat, anybody, and you're a chick, you will get penis photos, which tells me that a lot of us think that works still. And maybe he's so powerful. I don't know how that plays out in any way. In your mind, you're like super rational. You're super organized. You went to school and got all these degrees and shit. And then you're like, fucking, I'm just whipping my dick out on this shit.
Well, see,
like, where did you go off?
Oh, see, that I feel like I can kind of explain. This is gonna whoever I pissed off last hour, I'm gonna piss off again right now. But here's the comparison that I'll make. There are plenty of people who are acceptable members of society, like entertainers or news people or whatever, who used to throw the word fag around.
Right.
Tons and tons of them. Still working. Used to throw it around. You could probably find recordings. They regret doing that, and it was definitely not okay at the time. What it was widely tolerated. But then when people really, really turn on that word hardcore, now we find an audio tape of that guy from 15 years ago, and it's like, oh my God, conveniently forgetting that used to be far more widely tolerated.
Right.
Powerful men have been abusing their positions of power in similar ways for time immemorial, and it used to be a lot more tolerated. Never okay, but tolerated than it is now. Now we dig up things that they did 20 years ago, and we judge them by the standards of the day, and we no longer tolerate the things that we tolerated when they were doing the shit.
That makes sense.
I would think if I was really going to make that work and I was the powerful Matt Liar, I would show my nipple. I feel like it's less inappropriate and still tells us a tale of, you want to hook up.
Yeah, where's the foreplay?
It's, like straight to the cock. Everybody knows. Wait, not everybody knows, but ladies love it when you almost touch the private area. You fuck their minds, and then you fuck the pussy. Write it down. If you're in a car, don't write it down. But seriously.
Well, but you don't know. He may have already sent this girl a couple of dildos before he showed her his cock.
But still, yeah.
Maybe she requested the dildos.
I just he seems like to me it's, I don't know the ratio, but a certain percentage of men get fame and power and they pull their wieners out on women. That just seems like, because I don't think that you're going to like go into this, he's not going to write a book in 10 years about how he was on meth or beaten by his father, he's just a
Let's not forget the people who have absolutely no power that whip their penises out.
Yeah, but they get tended to real fast. That's the difference.
No,
you whip your dick out in public
likely,
and you're nobody. Yeah. You're in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even believe that I think money and power made him do this. I don't believe that he was a guy before he made it big in whatever the fuck his job is really. He was a kid that always pulled his wiener out at school. I think it's just because I still, once again, I feel it's hard for me to fathom people that do that. Like, especially if you're him and your job is so magnificent and you've got so much money and you're a guy, like, I am a pile, so I don't have to hold up an image. If you catch me smoking a joint, fucking whatever. Chastise me. I don't fucking care. He has to be a certain way. So why would you risk it?
Well, I can.
Go to a fucking bar on.
Even organize if you did that to like somebody at a bar. That's way more of a safe thing to do if you're him than it is to do to a coworker.
No. No, it's not.
That's bigger.
If he does it at a bar, he gets ratted out for sure. Yeah, if he does it at work, he's got a lock on her. That makes it even worse.
That's what it says in this article, is that he would have loved to have been going around, and because a lot of women were really, really attracted to him when he first went on the Today Show. He was kind of like the little, morning coffee crush boy, but he couldn't do anything about it because he didn't want his wife to find out. Like, this is a guy. I just know that there's somebody out there who organizes like escorts and shit for like
famous people.
$10,000 a night escort people.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this guy needed.
Heidi Fleiss.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait. Heidi Fleiss is an
Wasn't
escort?
she the
That's Hollywood Madam.
Yeah.
Oh, that person.
Because didn't you
Did
say,
she die?
Jason,
I
don't think
Oh, oh.
that you were at you used to go to a gym with some girl who was like an escort?
Yeah.
She didn't seem like she'd been trafficked or anything, right?
No. She was a lady, an educated lady that was realized that the modeling and acting is tough. She a real stunning person, and I'm talking Hollywood stunning. Like, she walked in the room and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that exists. Yeah, she's a hooker. Fuck off. Yeah, high price hooker. So yeah, you're right. That one, those people, and they should exist. If you want to do that,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
It's the one that were, very obvious.
But it's pick your poison. It's like if you just go around, banging groupies on, Instagram, well, you're Matt Lauer, you're going to get in trouble. And if you just do it at work, then you're just going to get in bigger trouble later.
Man, how's he make $25 million a year?
Yeah.
Maybe that gives you the nerves to do that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Of course.
Oh, because
How
he
can he
has
not?
to. It's the thing. Yeah, but you don't think he kind of did it in a way where he was having his back a little bit? He wasn't attacking him. Right. Yeah, that's why he agreed to the interview.
Do you think he's thinking that whole time? How long is it before somebody
No.
says something about
No.
me?
No, because if he had thought that, he would have fucking got out. Because that's what you would do right now. If you're one of those guys right now, you get out.
Yeah, you would.
They all are like that. That's what those... I don't want to say all. A lot of people that are in that line of work are fully down to do that to each other. That's how they play. Sal told us about one of those chicks doing it to him.
Yeah.
They just do that. But suck a butt, man. I'm glad. I mean, sorry, if allegedly, if to make Will happy, if he did, if he did do any of that stuff, suck a butt. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You should actually do some fucking time for it. Because you're $25 million a year. You don't need any of this.
If it makes people lose faith in network news to find out that virtually all of our prominent newsmakers, or other news readers, are guilty of this sort of stuff, then I think that's a happy byproduct of this.
What about somebody in government that's really powerful? Like if you're the, chief of staff or something like that, then not only do you have that whole power thing, but you also have in the back of their minds like, hey, maybe they can have me disappear if I tell anybody anything, Like a Bill Clinton.
Can he make it? Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good threat.
But I would be
Sam
frightened of
Tripoli
that.
says that, 30 of Hillary Clinton's bodyguards have died.
Wait, does he really state that?
Maybe it was like 13. It's a huge number.
He's fucking with you though, right?
No, he says that's true.
Really? Why doesn't he tell me stuff like that?
You could just ask him. He's not shy about it.
He's never said that on the show here, ever. Talked about that shit to be factual.
Oh,
Any of that shit that is obviously not real.
It's false, as it turns out, according to Snopes.
Well, I said Hillary's body. How many of Hillary Clinton's bodyguards have died?
What?
Yeah, if it's one, I'll be impressed.
Not obviously not all killed. Like they could have
Died of old age or
They
something?
could
fallen
have
off
made
a balcony or something.
they could have made it look like a heart attack.
Right. When he was 85?
Right. What do we got
I
here?
don't know. I can't believe we're doing this. God damn you, Sam Tripoli.
Yeah, get him on your podcast. He'll talk for
Nobody
days.
goes to my house.
I was talking to him last night and this stuff came up. It's just always.
I should just call him on the phone and do the podcast. He doesn't know it. Tell me, man. What about Sasquatch? That's just real.
How many Sasquatch bodyguards have died?
You mean the Yeti?
Yeah.
Yeah, they found Yeti DNA.
How's that?
It's bears.
So you're telling me they descend from bears?
Whoa. It can't be. I've always stated that the people that saw Squatch was a bear with a bald belly, because some of the bears have bald bellies, and when they walk, you could see that through the bushes. It might look like a giant man.
No, Jason, this thing was like 15 feet tall.
What if it? What?
I looked
Okay.
into its eyes and
Okay.
I saw intelligence.
In prehistoric times, what if there was a giant bear that was a little more human-y and stood up more?
And we called it
Why is that so hard?
Sasquatch.
Yeah. Why is that so hard to believe?
I believe.
I just don't think it looks exactly like the guy that sells beef jerky. I think it's a little more hunchy and a little more beary than it is like he has a beard and a receding hairline and shit.
It likes to look over its shoulder a lot while it's walking away. I know that.
Right, so it's got a neck that turns and shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Very turny neck.
So is it true or is it false? Was there one or was there not one?
It's bears.
Stop saying that.
That's what it is. They studied that they have 7 different samples that they thought were Yeti DNA.
And it turns out it's a bear.
Hair and what have you.
Yeah.
And it's all bears.
Oh. Well, fuck. I'm really bummed I brought it up. I'm not telling my son.
Hey, look, that doesn't mean that everything is a bear.
Man, was that the life you constantly just like wherever we go, you're like, no.
No, I don't, Jason.
The fuck was that?
I was just proving your point.
You're very angry at me. Man.
Thanks.
So did I, you dick. Man. Coming at me.
That Andrew.
Right? It's always very aggressive to me.
Speaking of animals, did you see the video of the tiger shark swimming
No?
by people?
No?
It looks so fake, but I believe it is real. There's just people in...
We're getting rolled? Or is it real?
I don't know how you would... Look at this.
Yeah.
Drone footage captures an 8-foot tiger shark.
Wait, does that guy not know it's there?
The thing that I saw
He
had
seemed
like,
pretty laid back for that.
newscasters talking about, they're like, it's unclear whether the man notices and just doesn't care. So there's...
Man, he is close to shore.
Right?
It's a beautiful creature. Wait, is he on the... He's on the outside of it! That is my worst fucking nightmare! Every time I walk into the water at the beach, that is my... Fuck, it's on the inside of you! You're not even in the water enough to be swimming, and he's on the inside. Dude, if you can't see that fin right there, you're a fucking moron. He looked the other way! He looked the other way when a fucking giant fin came out right in front of him.
Wait, did this... Like, this, we're watching...
Dude, he is skimming the ground right now.
NBC News Miami. Like, is that...
He's
that
in 2.5 foot of
or
water.
Something? Like, how is that...
That's seriously
How's
like...
that possible?
It's like 1.5 foot of water. They
I
can
know.
do that.
I know. Yeah, the people are hanging out, like, up to their waist, and yet...
He's on the
he's
inside
in
of
the
them.
even shallower water, closer.
He's on the inside. The only way to get in is to go past him. Oh, you know what though? Fuck, I'm so pissed that wasn't me. That's that's horse wheelie shit right there. Video of me just like hanging out, being cool, and then a fucking 8-foot tiger shark next to me. Remember that day? Yeah.
Well,
That's me and a shark.
This guy that's there, I don't think he noticed that shark was there. But if he did, what is he expected to do? Go splashing around?
No, I just want to see world's wackiest people, being attacked by animals video. I want him to go, oh, he shot, and freak out, and I want to laugh at it. Because, he has to go the other way, right? You have to. What do you do? If he's right there and you've got 20 feet to the sand and he's in the 10-foot radius, your instinct wants to go away from him. But if you go away, you're going into deep water, and that's his home. You really, to me, that's the ultimate position that I need to be in. Because I'm going to kill you, and it's going to be on video. Finally, I'm going to get a TV show.
I would freeze.
It's the shark killer guy with the wolf head tattoo.
I would totally freeze in that situation.
No way, I'm going. It's going on. It's going down. I'm full on ready for war. I told you, one time when I was on vacation with my brother in Australia, I flew my family to Australia. It was really bad. It was right before we got divorced. And me and my brother were only allowed to hang out. One time we got to hang out by ourselves. And we got a car. We rented kayaks and we paddled kayaks to this island that we saw. And the guy said, don't go to the island. But we went to the island. And on the way there, there was a giant fucking thing in the water where I was like, is that a fucking crocodile? And Lee's like, it can't be. We're in the ocean. And I'm like, there's saltwater crocodiles, dude. And I'm like, it's coming closer because we started paddling towards it. And because I figured we would, this is as close as we're going to get. No, this thing's just coming straight towards us. So then when it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, now we should fucking make him. If it is a crocodile and it is coming towards us, we're fucked.
Right.
Because we've just got into it, and I'm like, it's a giant brown, 6 foot long. I'm like, is it a fucking dolphin or a shark? And then I'm like, fuck. Okay, so if it goes down, hit it with the paddle. Like, I'm gonna have to hit it with the fucking paddle. And I'm like, my main thing was, fuck, man, Lee can't get hurt.
Right.
I can't let that happen. And then it was a weird sea lion thing. This weird fucking dolphin thing with a walrus head. Fucking trippy.
You didn't dream this?
I was completely sober kayaking in the daytime, and he saw it too. And it was a I don't know what you call it, but it was like a walrus fish.
That's what I would call it.
True story. We lived. Did not have to fight the walrus fish. It turns out he was just saying hello, like we were.
The truth is out there, Will.
See, you saw a walrus fish.
Right.
Somebody else told you about the walrus fish story. You'd be like, bullshit.
Well, the worst part about it, I didn't get into that part, was it rolled, when we got right up next to it, it flipped over and it showed me its penis without asking. And I tried to file charges, but it swam away. But they're still the Queensland police are still looking for the sex abusing walrus fish.
Well, it's a powerful beast, and
True story.
And it abuses that power.
I mean, how many other people in the ocean can call themselves a walrus fish?
Yeah, it's very corrupting.
It was huge and it was brown. It was really weird. Never forget it. That dick scarred me.
Well, speaking of powerful beasts, we have some tickets to give away to a spectacle of sports entertainment.
Epic proportion. I had sex with a transgender lady that looks exactly like Randy Orton.
Transgender Mahal!
Once again, true story.
Who's the guy who looks like E-Rock?
I know, I'm just saying that to exploit myself.
Yeah, it's funny you knew who I was talking about. And
what
pray tell happened to Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yeah, why do you have a stroke? What's Shinsuke doing that face for?
Yeah, but...
Wait.
In his press photo?
Only on one side of his mouth?
Why is he wearing... No.
Yeah, I don't know why
you're... a concussion guard in his press photo.
Yeah, why are you supporting that? Like, it's no big deal. Nobody has a mouthpiece on for their photo. Do you see the photos where Bisbing's just like mouthpiece hanging out of his head? This is an unprofessional.
Wait, his gimmick is preventing brain trauma?
They call him Mouth Trout.
They call him the CTE freaking.
Man, AJ Styles does not look deserving of that strap. Well, I would think that Randy Orton would beat him every time.
That guy looks like he's having a stroke, for sure.
Yeah, I'm really hung up on Shinsuke.
He's got all the symptoms.
Yeah, and Jinder Mahal he's not a champion. Thanks for the update. I can see the photo, but
his name is Gender?
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay.
Wait, then we have to do everything in our power to keep that guy from having our belt. I mean, as
right.
America, that's our most precious commodity. Right. He's got the crown jewels.
He looks like Jesus, too. So we're going to watch Jesus fight a guy from the Middle East is what's happening.
I see what they did. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, but you know, Will's onto it. Caller number 5.
Caller number 5. And you want a second caller to win the second pair of tickets.
Yeah, caller number 2.
Can you smell the burnt toast? What is
Wait, doesn't that mean you're gonna die?
Yeah, where is
Why
this?
did you say that?
I think it's like a stroke symptom or something. What is where is this happening?
These two pair of tickets are for the Prudential Center in Newark.
Oh.
So don't call unless you're East Coast.
Yeah, because we're not flying them there first class.
No, there's
and
no
put them
plane
up in
tickets.
No, I will personally pay for your subway token.
Man, the
Sure, there. I
in the
want to
subway?
go.
phone's lit up. Makes me kind of say that.
People love free things.
Betsy, why would you put?
She's writing down their info so we can send them tickets. Do you want to talk to them?
Oh, she already took the 5 and the 2. Oh, just okay. That many calls happened just then.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So she's got She's got the line 5 and line 2 on hold.
All right. Well, let me put it. I'll just put them on.
We have tickets for Madison Square Garden and Nassau Coliseum over the next 2 weeks.
Hey guys that are on hold, how's it going?
Pretty good.
What's both your names? Right, that sounded like one big word. I thanks for listening to the show. I know that I don't talk about wrestling a lot because it's kind of stupid, but I understand why you would like it, and I'm happy to give you these tickets. Enjoy, boys. Thanks for listening to the show.
I wonder if we took 2 calls at the same time more often, how many times we could actually pull off a conversation. Because I feel like you had an effective conversation with both of those men at the same time.
Kind of.
You see, Instagram's going to have a thing where you can talk to your friend, your face and my face is up.
I did that the other day.
Wait, you can already do it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, what am I doing? I just got, because all I should do is just go, hey, Tony, like, let's talk on Instagram.
I don't know exactly how it works, but I did a live Instagram thing, and then I pushed the
Saw
button.
that.
And a button came up and said, hey, somebody wants to be on there with you. And I was like, okay.
Oh! You can already do that?
Yeah.
I got to do that.
Let's do it.
I saw my daughter talking to like 5 people the other day on some other thing. I'm like, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, kids. I see kids at my kids' school on like conference call type things all the time.
And it's working really well. You know, it's funny because I have meetings from time to time or conference calls where it is not working that well, and there's people talking over each other, and I'm like, fucking old people, man. Like, there's like millions of dollars in this meeting, and my fucking 12-year-old is having a way more like easy flowing conversation. It's weird how businesses won't just take that. Like, why can't we have a meeting where everybody's face is on there and it just works?
Because it's probably called playtime,
Right.
friend, fired.
But would it not work for a meeting?
Yeah, no, it would.
I know.
It absolutely would.
I'm driving down to Hoonigan on Friday. I don't want to go to Huntington Beach on a Friday. Like, just fucking Instagram me, you bastards. Let's all look at each other's faces and I'll give you the idea. I just give me, like, honestly, 7 hours of driving versus snap thing, whatever it is.
Can I give you one idea to pitch to them while you're there?
Dude, yeah.
Because
I mean, it's a done deal, so just tell me an episode.
I'm sure this has never happened in a million years, but I was watching this morning Smokey and the Bandit, and I was just thinking, if those guys could drive like Ken Block can drive, how much better would a new version of that movie be?
Yeah, honestly, they did some pretty cool stuff in the first one. There was a couple of jumps that he did in that car, that whoever the stunt driver was, and that car is pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, that was
But
great.
yeah, for
but
now-
they
for
lost
now
a lot
they-
of opportunities too.
Because of how good people are now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it would have to be, it can't be Ken Block's car, because that car's too made for it and it sucks.
Right,
It has
but-
to be a stock car used, but Ken Block is the stunt driver.
Yeah.
So it turns out that James Bond is doing some shit where you're like, wait a minute.
Wait, who's Ken Block's car sponsor?
Is he Ford? I think he's Ford.
Whatever it is, I'm sure they could just give him like the 2018, 2019,
Because
whatever
he's Mustang.
model.
Yeah, you could just do the Mustang or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But he can't have his Mustang because that's cheating. Everyone knows.
No, but it would look like a normal car, but of course it would have all this stuff in it. And who knows? Maybe the Bandit equipped his car especially for this drive.
I mean, they do reboots of everything else. Why not
Yeah.
do that one?
How's it going?
Who's Bandit? If they do it now.
Who's the best person to play?
Matt Lila. What?
It's got to be like young, manly, sexy man guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be hot and kind of douchey and metro and like a lot softer than the Bandit was, because it's a different era. So it
Yeah,
has to be,
La
it has
La
to be
Land
like,
guy or something.
yeah, wait, was that Mr.
Gosling?
Hunky Dory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
He can't be.
Gyllenhaal!
He's too
Gyllenhaal
nice.
can do it.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't.
Absolutely.
No,
He
he's
needs
too
to grow a
fucking
mustache.
friendly. He's too friendly. He doesn't have
No,
any good
but-
cocky arrogance at all.
Think about the movie where he didn't blink and he was filming all the new stuff.
The fuck is that? Why would I watch a movie where a guy doesn't blink?
What was the
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
He looked like a creep, but he wasn't abused. He wasn't like a gross. Here's my dick. Because Burt Reynolds got away with it for sure.
Yeah.
Like that dude
100%.
probably invented it.
Riff Raff.
That's a pretty gnarly insult, bro. Like
What?
seriously,
He's the Bandit.
he is not the Bandit.
Yes, he is.
His brother might be listening. Like I ain't hating on the guy. I'm just the Bandit deserves better
Who has a mustache?
for acting anyway.
That everyday mustache, like when they're out in public and stuff. That's a major young star these days.
Shit, I keep thinking of Colin Farrell, but I think he's done now.
You think?
He's just too old. Oh, he's not too old. The Bandit was pretty old,
Yeah, but old guys could be young back then.
and he can't do a very good accent. Yeah, that Superman guy could be the Bandit.
And then
Come on,
who's-
we're putting Henry Cavill ahead of Riff Raff.
Yes,
What
we're
world
putting.
we live in?
What do you mean? What movie has fucking Riff Raff been in?
What movie has Henry Cavill been in where he wasn't Superman?
Man, he was in one movie, right?
No
Where
question.
he was in a movie where he wasn't Superman, I'm sure.
And we got
I
a
didn't
funny,
say it.
a funny guy drive the truck. Kind of funny guy.
Seth
Man,
Rogen.
did you know that Smokey and the Bandit 3, the guy who drove the truck, who's a famous country music star,
Mhm.
he became the Bandit? They did Smokey and the Bandit 3 with no fucking bandit.
I
And
didn't know.
Smokey and the Bandit, and they didn't even use the same car. They got the new one. They got the Kitmobile. It's stupid, man. So bad.
Yeah.
Jackie Gleason stayed
Jerry
in it.
Reed was he had a lot of country hits and he did funny songs and all that kind of stuff. And that was also during the big CB craze, so they used a lot of CB lingo in that movie. But bottom line is, Smokey and the Bandit is a zombie movie.
What?
Because it's got a slow move, or Frankenstein, because it's a slow moving thing that's
Smokey and the
constantly
Bandit
coming.
and Frankenstein.
Yeah. It's
Hey,
a
what do you mean, yeah?
It's a slow
It's the fucking
moving-
dumbest concept
No,
ever.
no.
Frankenstein and the Bandit.
No, listen. It's a slow-moving thing that's just constantly coming for you while you can run quickly.
How did
Frankenstein
Frankenstein?
on a steamroller.
Wait, are you saying more than one? Everybody's a Frankenstein?
No.
Like, it's like a-
Smokey. Smokey is the Frankenstein.
Wait, Frankenstein is driving a car and he's a police
I'm not
officer
saying
and he has a
actually
retarded
Frankenstein.
son.
I'm just saying in general.
He's
That's
just
what.
Frankenstein-esque.
Is he in a car? Is he in a car anymore?
No, I'm not.
Or did he just walk?
No, I'm not talking about the remake or anything. I'm talking about the actual real first movie is like a Frankenstein movie. I'm not
No.
saying Frankenstein should be, driving his rat rod or whatever, trying to get the bandit. I'm saying that it's like a slow-moving thing coming at you all the time while you can run, but it's got persistence.
Frankenstein's really throwing me off.
Like a tortoise and hare kind of thing?
Yeah, in a way.
Right. It's like the Langoliers.
Exactly.
It's very
Just
similar.
like that band.
It's very similar to that Stephen King TV adaptation starring Bronson Pinchot, among
It's
others.
the worst movie that ever was made.
I saw it twice. I don't know. I didn't like it either time.
Terrible. Anyway, remake Smokey and the Bandit. That's what I say. Yeah, there you go. There's
Thank
a
you
picture.
for the photos of Frankenstein.
Yes, 30 minutes later, there's a picture of Frankenstein.
When are we doing that Google challenge?
Yeah.
Idiot. Yeah. You can't have Frankenstein in a movie. I can't take you serious.
Okay, no more Frankenstein.
Yeah, there's no... Even if you call them something else,
Frankenstein and the Bandit.
but it's just pretty obvious that
Yeah.
they're all Frankensteins.
Francis and Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, they're...
Wait a second.
I'm Sheriff Francis Stein.
Right.
Wait a second. Like, guys, think about it. Francis and
Robert
what are you talking
Wasn't it
about?
Robert De Niro that played Louis Cypher?
That was a great
That
movie.
was
That was-
Angel Heart.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, come on.
I love that movie. Yeah, it was fucking stupid. All right.
All right.
But what about if you had the little bolts so they weren't that obvious?
I'm Frankenstein.
He can't be
Some
green.
bitch.
He can't be green, right?
He just
Ah!
has hearing aids that fall out a lot.
He has in-ears.
He has double-sided Bluetooth. Yeah. Okay, I can see how you can pull that off.
Frankenstein.
He can't be green though. Like green is just impossible.
He has
right?
a skin condition. He's
It
always
can
got to
be-
be rubbing salve
It can't.
all over
It can't
himself.
be like it can't even be too grey, really. You can't take him. I can't take it serious. What about that? What was that show where there was another show that I watched? That lady, Betsy Ugly, Binny, bitch. What the fuck?
Ugly Betty?
Mugly. Yes.
How could you not be referring to Ugly Betty?
Hideous.
Hideous Marie.
Hideous Marie. Disgusting Jackson.
Are you talking about Sally Fields?
Nah. Petty grossness.
Vomit Jones.
Wolf Knives coming up later. Benny Terrible? Penny Terrible?
Penny
Yeah. He's coming.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, in that, he makes a Frankenstein. And the Frankenstein guy's kind of grey, but not too grey. So he's hanging out in a place where everyone's pretty pasty, too. So it's cold England. And he hides his scars a little bit, you know what I mean? But he's not green. You know, he doesn't have bolts. You can't have a bolt guy, but you could have he could be a little patchy, and if his hair goes back, you could see a couple of scars maybe.
Right, and during the pursuit, he ends up in like a bog or something, and he comes out and he's covered in like brown and green slime, and then the Bluetooth fall out and he's stuck on his neck.
And Sally Fields as the Wolf Woman.
If he's double Bluetooth and he's just really white and he has some pretty heavy scars on his face and stuff and around his wrists, I say that maybe it can work. But at no time in the movie can you say, look out, here comes Frankenstein.
I say, how can you not say that in the movie? He was injured in a car crash caused during the original.
Ooh! And they sewed him back together and made him some kind of car racing.
Gotcha.
Frank.
Assembled from the parts of Lesser Smokies.
I'll name you Frank. Frank Nedley Stein.
You just don't have to do that in there. You can leave that out entirely. He's been put back together,
Can
and
I
then
be Frank and
Sheriff Frankenstein. Son bitch.
Frank Einstein.
wait,
Frank Einstein. There you go.
wait. This guy met the director. Glenn, you met the director of Smokey and the Bandit.
That's what we're talking about today.
Okay, so Ellis, quite a few years ago, I was at the 25-year reunion of the cult classic movie, BMS movie, Brad.
Yeah, love that.
Okay, so Hal Needham was the director of Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run, and he was at this event in Calgary, and that was one of the questions that came up was, would you like to redo a Smokey and the Bandit? And your point about Ken Lock and the real drive and everything was exactly what he talked about, and how he had a lot of respect for today's extreme athletes, and that movies today have too much CGI.
Yeah.
He would love to redo a movie with real drivers, redo it again.
Such a good idea.
And that's what James Bond movies do.
Thanks, dude.
They use real cars and real action and stuff, and that's why those movies look the way they do.
I just don't want anybody in a freestyle moto chase. That shit is fucking played out. Action sport, you mean? Like, if the cars are in there, okay, Smokey does car stunts. But don't... Oh, you know what? Maybe you could call your friend Travis Pastrana and he could show up with all these moto buddies. I mean, if you're going to go, you may as well go full Mountain Dew. You know what I mean?
No.
Just fucking suck a butt.
No, don't do it
Everyone's-
country cool. Make it good.
I agree.
Code Red.
Okay, he can be a little bit red. That's acceptable.
It's
He
gonna
was
have
red
to-
skinned because he was. You can just say he got sunburnt every time you see him.
Doesn't it have to be a monster truck?
There has to be a monster truck in it. Yeah. BJ Baldwin needs to be in it.
Frankenstein and the monster trucks.
Hey, BJ, my car broke down. Can you give us a ride? And it means I sure can. Fucking around.
Dragula.
And Frankenweenie. Dragula and Frankenweenie going at it. And Smokey and the Bandit. It's a great movie. It's got a lot of potential.
Yep.
I could be in that too. I'm available. I'm free. I have a lot of pornographic videotapes in my house.
You could be the Sally Fields character.
Why do you keep bringing up? She was overrated.
She was hot in that movie.
She was not that hot.
Yeah, she was. In that movie.
I didn't think she was that hot in that movie. But then again, he wasn't that hot either. I guess she was kind of
She's
boneable.
cute.
She was winsome.
70s.
What's
Very
winsome
70s.
mean?
I don't know. Like
Good for
she,
you.
she like you like her because she like kind of like wins you over.
Oh, okay.
Win some, lose some.
Attractive or appealing in appearance or character.
If it's just me. If I'm doing stunts and dodging the cops from state to state, I want my bitch to be a little hoary. Maybe that's just me though. We'll be back.
I thought we should just take calls from people who have met people who were in Smoking the Bandit.
I wonder how many calls we could get.
Will, do you have your Google search thing ready to go?
No. Which part of it?
The thing that's telling you I should be
Oh,
searching.
I've got all that. Yeah, no, I sent it to Kevin because I figured he would be way better at like picking out what the good ones would be than I would.
Okay.
I can make up stuff.
Well, do
but-
both of you want to like declare who as part of like the you, Jason, and Kevin declare who wins?
Sorry, what?
Do you, Kevin, and Jason want to be like declare who wins the search? And it
We
just
don't need
adds another voice.
3 people
Okay.
to put us winner, do we?
I don't know, it just adds another voice.
I think it'd be better. I mean, honestly, I think it would be better if I didn't. But that would also be helpful if I didn't. But
I mean, the only thing I would say is that the searching doesn't make for good radio. The conversation around it does, and having another person there may keep
What
that
kind of,
going.
the way I envisioned it was after like the object is given, when you guys are Googling, it would probably be funniest to give play-by-play on what you're Googling,
Okay.
since that was kind of like the basis for the bit.
Okay.
And then whoever maximizes the correct image first gets the point.
Okay. Cool. Then let's do that. Coming back with a live read. You should be good.
So did you just want me to arrange all the stuff on the couch?
Yeah, we'll just take a
Or-
photo of Jason.
Oh, Jason wants to be on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, after.
Okay. Figure out how to.
This is the last stop on, right?
Hey, Sean, thanks for calling. We're done. Have a good rest of your day, okay? Take care.
I'm sorry, where did
There's no Columbia in there?
start that way and see if we're even.
So you've got a live read coming back just under 2 minutes, and then Kevin in here doing the me versus Tully Google search game.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him to put that in there. Do you want to do a read one, Tully?
Yeah, I do.
Stick around.
Ring's mission is to make neighborhoods safer. Today, over 1 million people use the amazing Ring video doorbell to help protect their homes. Ring knows home security begins at the front door, but it doesn't end there. So now they're extending that same level of security to the rest of your home with the Ring floodlight cam. Just like Ring's amazing doorbell, floodlight cam is a motion-activated camera and floodlight that connects right to your phone, mate. With HD video and two-way audio that lets you know what moment anyone steps in your property. See and speak to visitors. Even set off an alarm right from your phone. The Ring's floodlight cam, when things go bump in the night, you'll immediately know what it is. Whether you're home or away, the Ring floodlight cam lets you keep your eye on your home from anywhere. Ring floodlight offers the ultimate in home security with high visibility floodlights and a powerful HD camera that puts security in your hands. With your Ring, you're always home. Save up to $150 a Ring security kit when you get a ring.com/talk. Ring.com/talk. Ring.com/talk.
A Russian teenager took a selfie of himself with a hand grenade. You'll never guess what happened next.
It blew up.
He
How many likes did he get?
torn in half.
Oh. Wait, it's on video?
No.
Oh.
No, that's what the police say. The police also say, so he took the pin out and then he didn't put it back in. Police say they believe he thought that the grenade would not explode unless he threw it.
Oops.
Oh. Yeah, what a moron.
He took the picture and he sent it to his buddy, and his buddy's like, "Whoa, what the fuck are you doing over there?" And
His reply was boom.
he didn't write back.
Ah.
In other insane suicide news, a convicted war criminal took his own life seconds after a United Nations judge turned down his appeal against a 20-year sentence for war crimes.
Smart guy had poison standing by, right?
Yeah. I didn't commit all those war crimes. And like, yeah, you did. And he's like, yoink.
That'd have been cool if he dissolved like when a Bond villain does it.
Right, if he actually had to like grab his neck and drop to the floor right there.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Instead, he just went to the hospital and died a slow, painful.
So lame.
Boo.
Wish Conor McGregor punched him.
Dana says he doesn't know if Conor's ever going to fight again. But
Yeah, but here's my angle,
just
Michael.
talk.
Here's my angle on the speech that I saw Dana White that everybody in MMA is posting. He doesn't know why we kind of fight. My angle on this, and I know nothing about. I didn't get this from anybody. It's my theory. Conor McGregor wants to be titled in the fight. It'll be UFC and Conor McGregor Promotions. That was his angle. I don't believe that they want to budge on that because that would be terrible because then the next big star would want to do that and so on and so forth.
Of course.
So Dana has to make it out there. I don't blame him for probably not being there. He's probably not even going to come back anyway. I think this is a huge bluff to show Conor and his team that maybe he won't come back and maybe Dana doesn't give a shit.
Right. I think what he is saying, and I think quite rightly, I think what any of us would do, the comparison he made, is the apt comparison is they never gave Michael Jordan points on the NBA, so why would Conor McGregor get points of what the UFC makes?
Yep.
That we are prepared to make you a ludicrously generous offer, but there is a point that we cannot sensibly go beyond with an eye towards our future.
Yeah.
Also, he says that Ronda Rousey refuses to retire. He's asked her because she's still in the USADA training.
Yeah.
She has no plans to fight, but something psychologically will not allow her to retire either. He does not want to see her fight.
Yeah, because he says that she's made enough money.
Yeah.
And I get it. I feel like it's so hard in that game. Like, I feel like you love fighting. Like, I love fighting. I love all aspects of MMA. But if I had to do it every day for a living and cut the weight, I mean, that cutting the weight is not... You can't say that you enjoy that. There's nobody in MMA that... cut wait time, yay! Like I can't wait to starve for months at a time or something, or whatever it is that they go about to get it done. It just seems like it made me think. I'm like, man, if you did make enough money, yeah, you should fucking stop. I mean, you don't have to not go to the gym anymore and train with your friends. You just don't, because I feel like, especially at that level, every fight they have, unless it ends real quick, it's like permanent damage to your body. Because it's the two best dudes in the world, or top 10, and every punch and kick and sweep and everything else is just wrenching your body apart. So I feel like, yeah, Ronda if you made millions and millions of dollars, and then you can invest it, unless something really bad happens, you're probably set.
Yeah. You know what, though? This is obviously idle, completely uninformed speculation, but I don't think that she's in a good place. I think the fact that she hasn't... If she doesn't want to fight, that's great. But the fact that she hasn't taken a definite step in any direction anywhere leads me to believe that there's just a lot of, like, daytime TV, Haagen-Dazs kind of days happening over there.
Yeah, you might be right.
That's just my guess.
It seems stressful. I feel like you're right. She does need to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's why she's not retiring, but she's not doing anything else.
Because she hasn't dealt with it.
She's stuck. She's stuck in a moment and she can't get out of it. As a wise Irish philosopher who apparently just released a terrible new album.
Rod Stewart?
You two have a new album. I read a bad review of it.
Yeah, but they don't care either. It's still going to be number one on anything Mac.
That's right.
Butt
Coming
lickers.
Soon to a phone in your pocket.
Right? Yeah, we're just going to get the new U2 album. I had to fucking delete that thing because it looked bad. And I've got some pretty bad... I've got, like John Farnham in my iTunes.
Yeah.
And I had to get that out because I was like, this is not a good look.
That's funny. For the first time ever, I had those songs popping up yesterday because I never just like listen to music out of iTunes,
Yeah.
so I forget that it's even there. But yeah, sure enough, I was like, when did I ever? Oh,
Yeah, that's when you did.
Oh,
You didn't.
That time that you two sexually assaulted all of our phones and ears.
Right? They did not ask. Very inappropriate. Anyway, Todd, you're
Hi,
here.
Kevin.
Hey guys. So as we mentioned earlier in the show, Andrew is not the world's greatest Googler.
I think you guys are unduly harsh to him. I really do mean that.
You don't. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, no, I'm right, or yeah,
Okay,
you really think he's good at it?
Go ahead, Kevin. No,
I mean,
don't-
you
I'm not
guys were
saying he's
talking
especially
about
good, but...
like Frankenstein with the Smokey and the Bandit stuff, and then like 5 minutes into the conversation, you guys got assisted by a picture of Frankenstein.
Okay, that was not one of his greater moments.
That was in the last 5 minutes.
No, I know that.
You pulled it up.
Wait, that's what we're supposed to say to you, you moron. Well, I mean, one thing, we're on the radio, so nobody can see the photo of Frankenstein, and we've been talking about Frankenstein for enough time. You gotta know that me and Michael have seen what Frankenstein looks like. I mean, we brought up the bolts before you brought up the photo of Frankenstein. But every other time you've been spot on.
I brought up a
Okay.
picture of Andrew Groose, guys, just because that's who you're talking to right now.
Right, thank you. Appreciate that, Michael, because I could lose track, and next thing you know, I'm talking about Frankenstein again.
Well, Will and I have put together some phrases, and we're gonna do a bit of a.
He's always got a radio up there.
A Google image scavenger hunt set between Tully and Andrew.
Okay, so the reason why I was defending him is because I'm not so sure that I'm going to be a whole lot better than him.
Ah,
I don't think he
okay.
is the greatest, but I don't think he is the worst, or maybe it's just that I am just as bad as him.
Well, these are gonna start easy and get harder. So I feel like since there's two screens, you guys both have a TV monitor in here.
Yeah, this is when I wish I could crack my knuckles.
I feel like it would be helpful if maybe when you guys pull up Google Images, maximize whatever picture you think is the correct answer, and then
Okay.
just chime in with a buzzer. Or...
Okay, I got a bell here. I'm closing tabs for maximum speed.
Oh man, you guys. Wait, I feel like I should. Whoa! You can't say that. No, there's no.
The fast one.
Yeah. It's like, what kind of bullshit? What kind of wheels have you got? Like, none of your fucking business. This is a race, man.
Yeah, and some of these, there's not like a specific answer for each one of these. Some of them are vague, some of them are specific. So I'll give you the words, then start Googling.
Okay,
And
so
then when you feel like you have the winning picture pulled up, buzz in, and if the image is correct, you will get a point.
but we shouldn't start typing until you stop speaking?
Yes,
Okay.
just to keep things fair.
Uh-huh.
All right, so the first item is
This is so dumb.
Jessica Simpson's dad.
Jessica Simpson's dad. Michael's in. Michael was.
So, Andrew!
Oh my god!
Andrew Googled Simpson dad and Homer showed up.
Oh man!
Tully buzzed in first correctly with a picture of Joe Simpson, who is Jessica Simpson's father.
I'm glad I don't actually know what he looks like, so I kind of just guessed on the photo.
It had the bit already paid for itself. Fucking Homer Simpson. Champion. Oh shit.
Alright, you guys ready for your second item?
Yeah.
No.
No, don't stop. Just let the game begin.
Butt out. Alright, find me a picture of a smug asshole in a nice car. Alright.
Man, they're going hard.
Andrew Googled asshole in car smug.
What? Tully's in with.
No, that is not. He is not in the car.
Wait.
Oh, he's not in the car?
And Andrew has a psychotic, deranged man behind the wheel of an average sedan.
Yeah, you idiot!
It is not smug.
It's still going.
There's so many photos of guys standing next to their car. None of them get in them.
You might want to hone your results.
This is fun. They're honing their results, ladies and gentlemen. Honing. Nope.
Yeah.
Man, oh my god, Andrew, you fucking idiot! Come back to the front of the show. Don't duck from it. Andrew has a meme photo of a man in a beard with a beard and girls in the back, and he is in a stock standard, like 1998 Jetta.
Andrew found a smiling homeless man in like a minivan.
And Tully got a kook in a yellow Lamborghini.
With the word douche written over it.
Which makes him the winner.
That is another point for Tully.
Wow, you're amazing! Man, this is really fun. I can't believe.
I may need to relax.
All right, you guys ready for your third one?
Oh man, look how good. He's already adding it.
I want you guys to find me a photograph of Roy Orbison without sunglasses. Andrew. All right.
Yeah.
That is a point for Tully. That is a
no, for Andrew.
For Andrew. That's a super young Roy Orbison picture, so he has no sunglasses on. But Andrew Googled photo Roy Orbison.
Oh, you can't worry about spelling at a time like this.
I can't talk shit. I don't know.
It's still.
But man, it's a good idea you put those glasses on. Wow. Hideous eyes.
Yeah, what an ass face, huh?
Well, that's uncalled for.
I know, right? Man, Roy Orbison's eyes are super close together. He's like that one-eyed guy almost. Man, he is hideous.
I see it now. I'm gonna have to invest in sunglasses for my future.
You could be a sunglasses all the time guy.
You kind of stop it. Stop doing it to him. It's not fair. Move on.
All right, clear your fucking search window.
Man,
yeah.
Red
fuck me, man. I'm gonna look like that. Looks like my great grandma.
Style your hair back and wear the glasses.
I've told you this, right? We had a picture of my grandma on our piano, and somebody came over the house and said, "Why do you have a picture of Roy Orbison on your piano?"
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing is, we're all like, "No." Oh wow.
Oh, good for her.
All right,
anyway,
here's your next item, guys. An underwater sea creature with fangs.
They're both Googling. Bing.
Alright.
Tally beat you.
Yeah, and I was watching too. Andrew, you have to fucking get on your bell game, because you had the image up first, but you didn't buzz in.
Well, I don't want to keep my mic on and get some like weird background sound.
We'll allow it for this bit.
Right. Well, yeah, that's a point for Tully then. He found a piranha.
Is that what that is?
Looks like one, right?
It's called a fang-tooth fish, to be honest.
Yeah, they're fangs, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, and that picture of a monster fish with long teeth counts as an underwater sea creature with fangs.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes, I do! Alright, find me a picture of Kevin Kraft getting his armpits waxed. By the way, Andrew, you're also... Alright,
Wow.
yeah. That is a point for Andrew, but
Yeah.
he's also cheating. You're starting to type before I finish.
Wait,
speaking.
what? You are? What the fuck? Man, God.
That was the most guilty what ever.
No, I actually clarified that with him.
Yeah,
Well,
sick burn.
Can you not cheat, though? Okay. No.
Part of the fucking game!
Yeah, you have to wait, dude.
You can
Come
also use your ears to detect when I stop speaking.
Right? What the fuck? Come on.
Alright. Find me a picture of Bradley Cooper kissing a man.
Bing, got it.
Oh, yeah, there
Sorry,
we
got
go.
it.
There's a picture of Bradley Cooper kissing Daniel Bruhl from the film Burnt.
Don't give up, Andrew. I'm sure you can come back.
Bradley Cooper man kiss?
Yeah, you tried to save time by shaving off a couple letters.
Mhm.
Fucked up your results, homie.
Yeah, he's Bradley, not Brad.
Yeah. Alright. Find me a picture of the sea monkey family from the box of sea monkeys.
Yep. He beat.
Oh!
He beat you.
Who
And you're a verbal, and he got the button. He beat you.
Tully got that one?
Yeah, easily. I mean, he has to reach his hand. You have to say ding. You just have to say the word ding.
I mean, I can say ding, too.
I know, it'll be faster.
Okay. Fuck that bell.
Alright, so Tully is in the lead with 5, Andrew trailing behind with 2.
Yes,
Alright,
you
way to
have
look
got
on the
that
bright
going
side.
for you. Moral
Alright.
victory.
Find me a medieval version of Sean Bean. Alright, Andrew. Yep, Andrew got it.
There you go.
Squeaked in just under the wire.
That's the Game of Thrones guy, huh?
He's medieval in quite a few things.
I see.
No, you don't.
Mid-level Sean Bean.
Alright, the next item is meat from a McRib sandwich.
Ooh.
That was good.
Oh, he's coming back.
Yep.
Yep, that is McRib meat.
Come on.
Alright, next item. The bad guy from the Halloween movies.
Oh.
That's the point.
Oh!
I made the first mistake of the Google search game. Never undo your search and start a second one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Andrew.
sure. Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I threw that one in there to see if he would know to Google Michael Myers.
Right, and instead that's what tripped me up.
Alright, next. Find me a famous person doing something illegal. Andrew's already misspelled celebrity illegal. Mugshots do not count.
Oh,
What?
Wow, what do you have?
No, they're taking a
that's
selfie.
That's not a crime.
No!
Wait,
Oh my
wait,
fucking god.
Wait, taking a selfie in the bathroom
Okay,
is illegal?
I-
Who's smoking? Nobody.
No.
No, it isn't, and it doesn't say that.
It's a bunch of famous people in the bathroom.
Does it count when Michael Jackson dangled a baby?
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to dangle a baby over a balcony.
Tully's a winner.
There we go. Yes. Point for Tully.
Man, you got a selfie of a bunch of celebrities in a bathroom.
Smoking in the bathroom.
Illegal. Illegal.
And nobody's smoking. There's not one person smoking in that photo. It doesn't say they're smoking. I don't know what you're doing.
It's a picture of the most famous people I've ever seen together in a bathroom, and Andrew's like, illegal, illegal.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Guilty of
Next.
knowing Diddy.
I know, it's just the Kardashians and Diddy. Who cares?
Doesn't count. All right, next. Find me a picture of an old-timey bicycle with the giant front wheel.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
What'd
Andrew
you
got it.
search?
You had it. You had it up, Tully.
I did?
All you had to do was
Oh, yeah.
maximize one of those.
Right. They didn't look that big.
All right, so Andrew is starting to catch up now.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's tied.
Oh!
6 for 6.
Shit.
They're probably gonna start getting a little.
Andrew's
trickier.
armpits are now getting moist as a motherfucker. Ugh.
All right, sweaty. That might make it nearly impossible.
Shut up, Will.
I don't know how that's gonna work, but
Yeah, old bicycle. I'm trying to think of how I'd even go about that.
yeah, you'd have to actually know the name for it. If it's like a flopsicle or whatever it's called.
Right.
I love flopsicles.
Giganto pedal.
All right, find me a picture of an animal playing a musical instrument. Andrew Googled animal musical.
Ah, yeah.
You should have just. Tell you had to hit the button. He should have just said ding.
I mean, it's a drawing, but I guess we'll accept that.
Wait,
Right?
it's not a drawing. If it's a drawing, it doesn't count.
But it's not a picture. I'm inclined to give it to you, but it's a drawing. It's not a picture. I think you're fine.
All right, Andrew wins on the technicality of that one.
Shit.
Okay, find me a picture of a naked man only wearing socks.
Ding.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, wait a minute.
That is a naked man wearing socks with his penis hanging off the bed. And Andrew found a naked man wearing one sock on his dick. Yeah, socks was plural, so Andrew, even if you got that in first, that would not have counted. All right, next one. Find me the Rice Krispies cereal mascot, Pop, and only Pop.
Fuck.
Oh wow.
Wait, where?
That's not.
Is that Pop?
Wait, did he say ding before he brought it up?
Well, no, you get it because
I
Tully
got
only
Rice
has
Krispie Pops.
Rice Krispie Pops. pulled up.
Okay.
So.
Wait,
all
what
right,
did you Google? Rice Krispies.
Pop Reuse Krispie.
Oh man.
All right, this next one is tough.
Mhm.
Find me an albino with a special talent. Andrew Googled albino talent music.
Ding.
Oh, yes, that is a point for Tully.
Yeah, Tully!
That's an albino man playing a guitar.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's albino, for fuck's sake. Give him a break.
Guys, you can do anything.
I know. You got a black albino, Michael.
Yeah.
Even rarer.
Yeah. Playing a Spanish guitar.
Right.
the rarest of all black albinos.
Everybody knows that.
All right, next, find me a picture of a man with a tattoo on his erection. Andrew Googled man tat dick.
Ding.
Yeah!
Oh my god!
I love that one.
Yeah, that guy has a dragon tattooed from his balls up to his dick.
Yeah.
It is hard. The man you have pulled up, Andrew, is a man with a very, very, very small limp penis. Yep.
And he just has like, what is it? What is that? Like a doobie tattooed on it? What is that miserable thing that he has on there? Does he have his balls tattooed as well?
Yeah, it looks like a Roman numeral on the shaft.
Yeah, that's a bad.
Yeah, right? It's
That
like
was a bad idea.
It's like a
whatever.
number 6 or something.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. Next, find a picture of an animal stuck in a tornado. All right. Andrew
Well,
Googled
we can do drawings,
animal
right? Ding.
tornado. All right. Yep, that counts.
Right?
If drawings,
If drawings
are in,
count,
that is
then-
a point for Tully. Yeah. No.
No, that's a lion that got stuck in a tornado next to an alligator in a tree.
Oh, Andrew Googled animal tornadoes and got the same picture on his results.
Yeah, Google knows how dumb we are. I'll say that for Google.
All right, couple more of these. Find a picture of a chimp in a full outfit of human clothes.
Ding.
Yes. What's
All
up?
right, yeah, he is wearing pants and a shirt, that chimp. Andrew tried to Google chimp Fallout Boy.
Why?
Because I guess...
Oh, good for you. Not a bad effort.
Yeah, you had an angle.
All right, I'm predicting Andrew getting a point on this next one.
Okay.
Find me a picture of a gay pirate filleting a black man.
I don't know what my safe search is on.
Lots of pictures of Johnny Depp on both results.
It's a tough one.
So far, I have yet to see any pirate with a dick in their mouth.
Obviously.
I have many of them on my phone.
The photo of Ted Nugent is close, but it is not a guaranteed victory.
Well, I'm just having trouble finding a pirate blowing anybody. Let's start from
Well,
there.
at least Tully's got dick-sucking photos up on his. Oh, wait a minute.
Andrew tried to chime in with a black man butt-fucking a white man.
He did it.
Oh,
Andrew's
no.
got gay porn on it.
He got an animated GIF.
Wait, they both have.
No!
A lot of dick-sucking photos I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh!
Wait.
Oh,
Man,
Andrew's got the wrong race.
He's got a button I want to use, though.
This is a tight race, no pun intended.
Sorry, what?
Okay, now I have soccer pictures.
Yeah, because you googled gay pirate blows African.
I'm trying to use synonyms for everything.
How did that go to soccer?
Black pirate gay sex. Andrew is evolving. A picture of Martin Luther King for some reason.
Don't give up.
Alright, Andrew just is typing blowjob pirate.
Yeah, that's hard enough to find.
Oh!
Oh no, that was a girl.
Man, Tully was super close.
I don't.
We have women dressed as pirates sucking dick.
Wait.
Wait!
A gay pirate blowing. Oh, it's gotta be a black guy, huh?
Oh wait, no,
What if
that
it's-
counts.
Wait, that counts, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's it.
You've done it!
Wow.
You got it!
Wow.
Man, is that a virtual black guy?
Yes, but drawings count.
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
you fucked yourself, Andrew. You lost the title for that one that we gave you.
What did I? Pirate, blowjob, black cock.
Alright. Next one is find the old man pedophile from Family Guy. Oh, there we go. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
With a point. I don't know that guy's name, but Tully, you managed to just find a bunch of naked women.
No, I didn't even click search.
He's still sick.
pirates blowing
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Alright.
What's the score?
Let's see.
Not that you're keeping score.
You're up by 3, Tully.
All right.
It's 12-9.
Good.
We
Here we
only
go.
have a handful of these left. Find me Black Sabbath bassist Geezer Butler performing live.
Ding.
Gotta give it to
Yeah,
Andrew.
got that, yep.
Yep. Andrew had it maximized first.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Alright, Andrew, there is still a chance for you.
Come on, Andrew.
All you have to do is find me a picture of Samus Aran, the main character of the video game series Metroid. Oh my
Dang,
god!
that's fast as fuck.
Yeah, Andrew, that is a point.
Well, he's catching up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Was he
we
down
might
one?
we might have fine-tuned Andrew's skills, and we'll never be able to make fun of him for this again.
I have no problem with that. Yeah, I would like you to Google the correct thing when we ask for it.
All right, 2 left. This one is gonna be tough. Find me a circus performer with a drug problem. Andrew Googled circus doing drugs. And
That was a
not
mistake.
yielding any results whatsoever. Wait. Yeah, I think.
Is that?
Yeah.
Dang
That
it.
counts. Yeah.
Fuck.
That is a clown with a syringe laying on a spoon, and he's desperately reaching for a flask.
Oh, you're right. This show is about a clown, Artie, whose life is falling apart. He struggles with harnessing his creativity, turning to his flask, and later to hard drugs.
Oh, I thought we were looking for like an actual like in the Ringling Brothers Bigfoot, like a clown doing cocaine.
A circus,
In front of a crowd.
A circus. Hold on, I'll find that for you.
Hey, don't stop Googling until you find that, Andrew. Clown doing cocaine in the circus.
Oh, I could have just got Roxo, huh?
Yeah,
Never
you
even thought
actually
about
had that pulled up. All right.
He does
This
cocaine.
This is the final one.
Oh, shit.
All right. This one is a meme of a rare photo of a shark stepping on a Lego. Oh boy. You guys both have it pulled up, but nobody has it maximized. It's in both of your search results.
Ding.
Ah!
Yes! That is it! I had never heard of that meme, but
Who got it?
That's Tully.
Hey!
Oh, we both had it because there is no actual Lego.
No, that's just the. I had never even heard of that meme until Will suggested it for the list. And it's just like the top of a shark poking out from the water. Looks like he's screaming out in pain. But yeah, Tully, you reign supreme.
Good effort, though, Andrew, considering how retarded you are. At Google, I mean. Yeah. Right.
That was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no, he's great.
All right, let's see what else is happening. Plenty of news.
Why are you leaving, Kevin?
Unfortunately- Yeah, just stick around. We're almost done here.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Have we talked about Hungerthon?
I don't think so. Have we? Right. So yeah, I'm gonna throw in some boxing gloves and some fight shorts, and we got a signed skateboard from everybody on the show. So anybody that wants to bid, how long have they got? It's almost over. 16 days, but I mean, you gotta outbid everybody, so we still reign supreme. Yes, I'm insecure.
So if you go to SiriusXM.com/Hungerthon, all the items are up there, and we are just 2/3 of the way down the list.
Feed the kids.
About 14 days left.
We'll feed you if you come. See, it all worked full circle.
Yeah, Andrew will put on a toga and feed you grapes.
I don't know if I want to see that from a distance. Now I definitely don't want to. Wait, do you have one at home?
No.
Have you ever been to a toga party?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know how to make a toga outfit in a few seconds?
You can just wrap a sheet around your waist.
Right. Wait, do you really do? That's what they do?
That's just a skirt.
Yeah,
You didn't do the over-the-shoulder bit?
No.
Oh man,
Hmm.
you've let down your idol Bluto.
Comedic genius in those frat parties. Mm-hmm.
And very original. A couple of Americans were arrested in Thailand for exposing their buttocks for their Instagram followers.
Wait,
Nice.
so they did it and didn't get in trouble. Then when they posted the photo, they found them and arrested them?
Yeah, they were taken into custody as they were trying to leave the country yesterday evening.
You're not allowed to take a photo of your butt cheek.
No, this is like a religious site, the Temple of Dawn. And people are supposed to dress modestly when they go there, and instead these guys went there and pulled their asses out, as they tend to do on their Instagram account, traveling butts.
Oh. Oh, okay. So they
No.
travel the world and show their ass.
Well, they just travel the world, but then their gimmick is that when they're there, they take a butt photo. I know a comedian who goes around, and everywhere she performs, there's a photo of her posing somewhere with her ass out. So
Okay.
it's kind of
cool.
A little bit, yeah, Jessica Michelle Singleton, if people want to check out her butt in various locales around the U.S. and Canada.
All right, who can Google a picture of her butt first?
I'm out of that game.
I know. Can we move on, please?
So I thought I had read that this was like a fine in like the $100, $200 range, and I was like, wow, this is excellent promotion for their Instagram account. But according to this thing from Yahoo News, these guys are like in custody and could face jail time. Like the State Department is involved, kind of shit.
I never
Man.
understand why people fuck around when they go overseas.
Well,
You
I
just
mean,
don't
I wouldn't
think-
have known that. I wouldn't have thought that was that big of a deal. It's a stupid thing to do, but I still wouldn't have thought that anybody would have seen it or known about it.
I mean, just here in America, like if you're drunk at night and you whip your dick out and get caught pissing in the wrong zone, you could be a sex offender. Like, I'm not pulling my ass out in public in any foreign country. I don't know what their fucking weird laws are.
Yeah, there's that angle. Wait, if you get caught pissing in public, it's a sex offense.
If you're like in a school zone or something, there's like weird ways where you can be registered as a sex offender just for peeing in
But
public.
people will register you as a sex offender knowing that you were just drunk and you pissed somewhere. Because I feel like that's two different things. And for you to throw that person under the sex offender deal when you were just peeing, because peeing in public, that's a ticket. It's a fine. Don't turn that into, anything else. If that's what you were doing.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if you're urinating in front of children, okay, now we've got a different story. But it's a school district and you're not actually near the school, though, and the cop does that? Wow.
I think I'm gonna follow this lady on Instagram.
Oh, wow. Oh, she got her fucking pants off.
Yeah. She's I just pulled up.
Pretty good ass, too.
JMS Comedy is her. She's a nice lady. I've done some shows with, and like literally two of her. All three of her most recent posts are her ass out somewhere that she's doing comedy. It's just.
She's really attractive too.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She's a win of an Instagram account.
Yeah.
It's not full ass, because otherwise you get booted. Because I'm about to post Wolf Knife Wednesday winner, and I'm a little bit worried about it. We'll find out whether that is acceptable or not.
I mean, there's no.
I'm gonna have to edit it a little bit just to make it safer.
A bakery in Malaysia has found a nice little fringe business making cakes with poppable pimples on them.
Yeah, it's super gross, but good for you.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I watch.
You like that because you're into watching those pimple popper videos.
Yeah, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat pimple cake.
Really?
Yeah,
it's
really.
gonna be like jam.
I know, but I just.
See, because I'm different from you. I don't want to watch the real videos, but I'll put my mouth on it and eat it because it's. I know what it's supposed to look like. But
I mean, I guess I just don't. I would never want to hang out with the pimple popping cake. I'm happy for people that want to pop the pimple on there, but yeah, I'd rather watch those giant things get squirted out. I think they're hilarious. I love it. Especially when it's like a big lump where I'm like, you got to get that out. I need to see you get that out, and then they get it out.
So you're like relieved for them.
Yeah.
They fuck me up, man.
Yeah, Katie can't handle it. I show it to her all the time. She's like, stop! I'm like, look how much is coming out! Whoa! Because there's a lot.
Every time I watch one and it looks like, a whole bowl of mashed potatoes came out, I like instantly smell cheese and my mouth tastes gross.
Oh, wow.
It fucks with all my senses.
Hey, I just start laughing every time that happens. I'm like, whoa, look at this! So pumped on it. What? Big explosions of pus. I'll watch it again and again. Love it. Hate it when they show blackhead videos that aren't that good. I'm like, I came here to see big zits. And I hate what are those solid things that they cut out?
Cysts?
Yeah, I don't like those videos because they're not. It's not as satisfying.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it do the little
Yeah,
stick dance when it comes out.
I love that. That's fucking funny. Big blobs come out, inconsistencies. Love it. Anyway.
Scientists the world over have called for a ban on glitter.
Yeah, well, good luck getting that out of my house.
Because it is a global climate hazard. Basically, we all know that little bits of plastic are bad in the ocean, and that's all glitter is tiny little bits of plastic. And they say fish are particularly attracted to.
Oh, yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Because it's shiny little stuff.
Yeah, it's like bait.
Yeah, except it's plastic. And like a random sample of fish caught like around England or something, they said like 1/3 of all the fish they caught had little plastic in them and stuff.
Wow.
Sparkle fish.
Yeah, it's only on the inside though. You got to gut them.
They're just making the ocean fabulous.
That's all it is.
And then making our food fabulous. And then making our shit fabulous, and then feeding the ocean all over again.
Who hasn't shit glitter, honestly? Am I right?
Well, they did make those pills you eat that are full of glitter. They just turn your turn.
Yeah, well, they're going to ban those for sure.
Disco balls, yeah.
Yeah. Those are a very direct route to get glitter in fish.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to explain that to my 12-year-old daughter. Somebody else can.
Yeah, so that makes like Rip Taylor like a war criminal or something, right?
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, I don't know who Rip Taylor is. I'm assuming he's got a lot of glitter. Guess not.
That's correct.
Officials in Ohio say a 13-year-old boy caused $300,000 worth of damage not only to his home but to several neighbors' homes when he tried to kill a bed bug by dousing it with alcohol and setting it on fire.
Oh man, he didn't mean to do that.
No, he didn't mean to damage 6 apartment units, but he did.
Bet you that bed bug's dead though.
Yeah,
I
but
would
he probably didn't get the rest of his friends.
No,
I
I
bet
know,
you
right?
he did get the rest of his friends by the sound of it. Whole
'Cause
place
I-
went up.
I had bed bugs before I moved to LA,
Yeah.
and it was a
Everybody in New York has bed bugs, huh?
everybody. It was there was.
I heard
this
you guys
one-
have it in your skin. Anybody from the East Coast has bed bugs in their skin. Is that true?
Those are scabies, I think.
Oh, everybody from New York has scabies? Harsh.
Well, no, what it would be like, because public transportation is so big there, and it's so, overly populated.
Mm.
You could just get on the bus and you sat on a seat that the person before you had bed bugs, and like a tiny one crawls on your pants.
Yep.
And you go home and you throw those pair of pants on the floor.
Yep.
That's-
This studio probably has bed bugs because Cavino and Rich use it.
Here's a dumb question. How do bed bugs have babies? Like, if you get one on you, how does it make more? Do they asexually reproduce?
Well, the babies are so small you could barely see them with like the naked eye.
Right.
So odds are you could get like a couple hitchhikers on you.
Man.
So I sit on a bus and 3 different bed bugs
To get on
all
you.
crawl on me, and then
movie
they
theater.
make inbred retarded bed bug babies.
Oh, yeah,
That's not a very big gene pool.
It's not inbred when you're one of those guys. When you're a bed
They were
bug, you
siblings to
can
begin
fuck
with.
your sister. It's no big deal.
Yeah, incest is pretty chill in the
Yeah,
incest
yeah, yeah.
community.
Yeah, let's not try to paint them into being evil or anything.
But I mean, they're insanely hard to get rid of, and it's so fucking
Mm.
annoying, especially if you're like a cluttered person like me. My closets have a lot of boxes in them, and you have to wash every piece of clothing you own like in a cycle at the same time with like super hot water to try and kill them all. The exterminator comes in and sprays all your fucking light sockets and stuff. I had them in my Xbox. They went in the vents of my fucking Xbox.
I've heard you say that. That's New York to me.
That's so hot.
It was a big bummer. For about like 2 years after I got them, every hotel I stayed in, I would take all the sheets off the mattress and inspect them and inspect the electrical outlets.
And now you've given up. You're like, fuck it, bed bugs be with me.
Yeah, but now that I'm thinking about it again, I want to go back to doing that because fucking dealing with the bed bug infestation is something I never want to do again for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I've never dealt with it.
Right. I kind of left New York.
I'm from
just
the
as-
west side.
Just as that was really taken off. It's
Bed
the
bug
dirty,
free.
It's the dirty hipsters who brought them back.
Fucking hipsters.
It really is what it is.
Great coffee.
Horrible bugs.
Horrible bugs.
Takes them so long to make
Just
a cocktail.
the worst bugs ever.
And finally, a new missile test shows North Korea can now strike the entirety of the United States with their missiles.
That's
Not so funny when it could be you, Georgia.
weird people to point out. We could land anywhere, huh?
I think that there are probably a lot of people who are like, well, they get California, no big loss. Well, now they can get you, Peach State.
Yeah, they might
Talking
use
to
you as
you.
an example.
Talking to you, Savannah.
Do they really have good peaches?
I don't know.
They
I'm sure
just
they
taste
did at
like
some
other
point.
peaches, right?
They probably have the most peaches.
You know, papaya in Hawaii tastes different than any other place in the world. It's actually good instead of like that extra piece of fruit that just like makes your fruit salad look like fruit salad and you have to deal with eating it. It's real good, like mangoes.
I agree with that.
Weird,
I
right?
tried the fruit salads in Hawaii.
They're fucking phenomenal. Best fruit I've ever had in my life is from Hawaii.
I agree.
And coffee. Cheap coffee. Cheap instant coffee that was really good. Don't know how they did that, but they did do that. I also fell in love with the big fat lady. She liked me too. We were going to do it, but, you know, I'm married.
Yeah, Hawaii is good at all of those things.
She was working. Yeah, I really want to have sex with a big fat Samoan lady. If there's anybody, I know I've said this before, but if there's anybody listening, I have pornographic videos. Once again, super available and frisky. You know, if you're driving around with a penis, try not to pull it out in front of people. You know. That's all I gotta say. Don't die.